You're listening to Hamilton Tiger-Cats football, streaming live on Ticats.ca and the Ticats All Access app, and to radio on 900 CHML.
Week 1, the Hamilton Tiger-Cats kicked off the CFL season. Week 2, they will close the proceedings with an entertaining and what I believe is going to be a very interesting game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders at Mosaic Stadium. Clint Bubba O'Neill along with you, and hey, let me bring in the 12-year veteran, 8 years with the Tiger-Cats, of course the 1998 MOP when it comes to Canadians, Mike Morreale. We're going to have a good one tonight.
We are going to have a good one. It's going to be a good bounce-back opportunity for the Ticats to come out here tonight and really make up for a bit of a lackluster game against Winnipeg. Let's just call it what it is. We're so used to seeing them do so many good things, especially offensively, and now they just got to take that step back, regroup. Early in a season where there hasn't been a season for a while, and there's been no preseason games, Bubba. And now they're going to get into some hostile territories. We can hear the crowd already getting revved up.
Well, you talk about hostile environments, and you're right. The week 1, it was no difference at IG Field in Winnipeg, and now maybe even a step tougher in Saskatchewan, in a place where the Hamilton Tiger-Cats have not been very successful, winning just 2 of their last 10 contests.
Yeah, anytime you go out west, you know, there's obviously the time change for most trips, and there's obviously the robust crowd, let's say, that gets behind, especially when you get into Alberta and the prairies. So no different here today. A packed crowd, a packed house, a loud crowd. And if you're not wearing green, Bubba, you're in the wrong spot.
And I feel like this is not only and I talk about the Tiger-Cats and the Roughriders, the most loyal fan bases, probably the most educated as well, too. And they share, actually, the likes of 2, what I guess is going to be eventually a Hall of Famer. One in Ronnie Lancaster, a man that led you as a head coach. And, of course, Ken Austin, I think, is going in there eventually.
Yeah, I'd like to say I got ties to both those gentlemen. One, obviously, Ronnie, the legend, who was I was very fortunate to have as my coach. And Ken Austin, I had as a player in Toronto my very first year. He was my quarterback. So both guys are legendary status. Both have spent time on the green side and the black and gold side, and everything now is out the window as the Ticats look to just get back on track for this year.
Well, you talk about getting back on track. I think there was a feeling, especially around the nationwide media, that, the Tiger-Cats, they kind of fell flat on their face in the 19-6 loss against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. But I also felt like there was this what's going on with the Tiger-Cats? Should they consider it a quarterback change? And really, I think everyone's got to calm down a little bit. Week 2.
Yeah, if you peel back that layer a bit, I think what's happened is the Cats have been so good and so dominant and so consistent, even with Mazzoli going down, a couple years ago, and Dane Evans filling in and not really any drop-off. As a matter of fact, in some cases better in some instances. And then you go back to the guy that brought you there back in with Mazzoli a few years ago before the injury. And there's no reason to get all worked up right now, Bubba. This is, a league, in my opinion, it's going to take into the latter half of this year for teams to start revving up. You may see some click earlier. We talked about this in Ticats today earlier this week. Offenses take time to gel. This is a team, thankfully, in Hamilton that will probably gel quicker than most because they've been together most. Now, there's a couple changes tonight, but, you still have the same guys kind of pulling the trigger and the same vets around as well.
Now, before we talk about some of the changes, why don't we talk about someone that's coming back, and that's Chris Van Zyl, the most outstanding offensive lineman in the CFL in 2019. And here he is coming back to sort of help out that unit. I think they struggled a little bit against what I think is maybe the best defensive line in all of the CFL.
Yeah, and Chris Van Zyl, I'll throw a little McMaster Marauder plug in there. Good, good alumnus of Mac, but he is hard for me to believe. It's been 14 years, and he has played at such a high level consistently. He's a big man, came out of Mac as a defensive lineman, made the move to offensive line, has not looked back, has been a perennial all-star, and you can tell he was missed in week 1. And you can tell the excitement about having him back in week 2 and hopefully for the remainder of the season. I think, as you'll probably get to next, the other side of the ball, we got a big name returning as well.
Well, and you talk about Darius Siracco again with the retirement of Mike Filer. That took Siracco out of the right guard position, moved him into center. And as we talk about with the center position, so important because you are looking at the defense and you're making those calls. And that's a tough task for a young kid like him.
It is. If Mike Filer not being here certainly has expelled a lot of knowledge on Siracco. There's no doubt about it. We heard Marwan Hage on the call earlier, and another fantastic, center that played for this for the Ticats, and it's a tough gig because you got to know everything, and you got to be aware of everything, and you got to be able to speak to the guy beside you and communicate. And when you talk about communicating, when you walk into an environment like this where communication is going to be a problem, you really got to make sure that the time that you spend on the sidelines is spent working on what you're going to do on the field.
Let's talk about the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Week 1 victors over the BC Lions. And, putting aside the final score, there was all kinds of quarterbacking controversy with the Lions. But at the end of the day, the Saskatchewan Roughriders score on their first 4 series, including one on defense with a pick 6. They race out to what is a 31-0 lead, and then they found out that a 31-0 lead could be the most dangerous in all of football.
That's what happens when you kind of just take, I'm not going to say a playoff, but you get on your heels a bit, right? You're not going downhill the whole time. You feel like you built up a lead. We know watching the CFL for the last century that anything can happen. Interesting enough is people in Saskatchewan are upset. They still got the win. That's all that matters. No one's going to remember the score a few weeks from now, but they got that win. And when you look at the standings, especially in the East, now, Bubba, with Montreal, winning today
handily.
Now you got 3 teams ahead of the Ticats at this point in time. That's important. We haven't seen that for a while.
No, you're right with the East as well, too. And that game was unbelievable. Saskatchewan, 19 first downs in the first half, 2 in the second half.
And that's why the fans are getting a little excited there, right? And that's why, because they want to know that if you're going to come out score 31, they're already counting, hey, it's going to be 62 to end the game, right? That's the way they're thinking. So you got to keep this crowd out if you're Hamilton. If you're the Riders, you got to play 60 minutes. It's that simple. Now they have the ability to do that. They're at home. They've done it against the Cats historically. I don't necessarily think that every Rough Rider team has been better than the Cats over those 10 years.
No.
A lot of it has to do with the environment and where you're playing.
Saskatchewan Roughriders have won the coin toss. They have elected to receive the football, and we're going to see the likes of Cody Fajardo. Interesting story, Fajardo, because he came in there in week 1 of the 2019 season when Zach Collaros had that tremendous collision with Simone Lawrence, been lost for most of the season, and then Fajardo came in there. But to a man, he continued to split the duties with another fellow at quarterback until they made the decision. But you talk to the Saskatchewan fans and the media, week 8, against the Tiger Cats in this same venue, a 24-19 victory. He throws for 313 yards, runs for 56, but it's the touchdown with 20 seconds left that kind of really vaulted him into being who he is right now.
I had the pleasure of calling that game at that stadium. I won't forget it because it was one of those ones where you get caught up in the environment, you get caught up in the crowd, and here's this young kid who really wasn't going to be the starter, comes in to be the starter, rips off some points, comes down, moves the ball, uses his legs, uses his arm, and they pull out a victory. Now, the Cats hopefully have learned from that. There's enough players on that team that have seen that happen, don't want to see that happen again. But it's going to be a 60-minute game for the Cats. They got to get back on track. A lot of this is going to be the momentum comes from doing stuff early and hopefully doing it often.
Perhaps one of the more balanced offenses in the CFL. William Powell, one of the best we've seen over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yes, and he's been good wherever he's been. So, something tells you that the consistency, resides in him. I think he's someone you cannot take plays off. Sometimes it's a bit unassuming when you look at him. He's not the fastest runner. He may not be the most downhill runner, but boy, when the time to make a play comes, he's been able to do that successfully. And that's what you expect out of your starting running back.
Looks like they're just about ready for kickoff here. And, of course, Taylor Bertolet doing the honors for the Tiger Cats. He really had no action, no field goal attempts, and a very few kickoffs for the man last week, so he hopes to get a little action as well, too. Interesting to think when you look at the Tiger Cats roster, 2 American kickers. I don't think we've seen that in these parts for a very long time.
Not for some time. That's a little bit of tinkering going on, right? Trying to find out exactly who's going to be at the kicking position. And unless you have someone clearly defined from day one, especially with, the shortness of time, they're going to have to find it early. They're hoping they can get it solidified tonight.
Bertolette will do the honors. The crowd on their feet, well in excess of 30,000. You hear them starting to roar, and boy, and if you're not wearing green, you're a loser in this stadium. That's just the way it works out in Saskatchewan. They are loyal to the T, and you better be wearing green and white. Underway, and Bertolette just kicks it down into the middle of the field, and it will be taken by Purifoy at the just inside the 10-yard line, and he is brought down in a hurry at the 24-yard line. And here comes the offense of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Yeah, we'll take a look at now at the defense, Bubs, if we can, to set up what's going on here with Hamilton's defense. You got Davis back, Autry's filling in, but backing him up tonight, Ted Laurent. I think we'll see a lot of Ted, Wilson, and Hauser fill out the defensive line, and then backing them up, Simone Lawrence, one of the very best to ever play that position here in Hamilton, Santos, Knox, and Kelly, and then that back end with the veteran Daly right in the middle.
Jaro will stand in that pistol-like offense. It's a lot of I don't want to call it a play action. It's almost a show and go to the running back, or show and go he runs, or a show and pass. A straight drop back over the middle. Caught there by Shaq Evans. And when you talk about dangerous wide receivers, a lot of them are possession-style receivers with the Riders, but he's the guy that makes things happen.
Yeah, and they set up in a bit of a tight end set here and allowed a one-on-one situation on the outside. Shaq Evans has been able to do this year over year. Nice catch, holding on the ball, catching the back stripe.
First down and 10, and they will advance the ball up to about the 43-yard line. Good gain there for Evans. Back to that pistol formation. Here's the handoff inside. Running straight over center is William Powell, and he is brought down by Autry the second.
Now you're starting to see Saskatchewan get some better field position, moving the ball up here to the 48-yard line. That time they go back to a regular set, spread it out a bit, trying to get a sense for what defense Orlando Steinauer is putting out in front of them.
Let's see what the Tiger Cats do. They have a rookie starting at left tackle of all places. Brett Boyko unavailable to go, and they have Andrew Lauderdale, experienced guy from the National Football League, first CFL game. Empty backfield, deep throw, and it is caught at the Tiger Cats 30-yard line. That is Moore on a straight drop back. Great protection downfield, and they are attacking downfield.
Yeah, something happened there in that backfield. There had to be a bit of either a different alignment. As the flag goes up, it's going to bring this one back, Bubba.
Tim Croker is on the call this evening as your referee. But just take a look at this play, something I'm sure the Riders will be looking to go back to, because it was a very effective.
Yeah, we got a legal procedure here which saves the day, but the way they came out running 3 verticals really stretched that defense, and he found a pocket. Cats are happy that one got called back.
So they'll make it first down and 15 from the 43-yard line of the Riders. Straight drop back again for Jaro. Good protection. Throws hard, and he misses Shaq Evans right on that on the right side there as he was looking on the hash mark. He was open, though, but he missed him.
Yeah, good opportunity now. Cats getting out of this one. What we've seen out of the Riders so far is some pretty good pocket protection, like you spoke of, and it's given Fajardo time to throw the ball. That can't continue. We got to get some pressure in the backfield, like Ticats do, and setting up the punt right now.
Frankie Williams standing back, awaiting the punt from veteran kicker John Ryan. Been around for some years. NFL, Seattle Seahawks, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and for him, kicking it home to end his career. Stands back at his 29, and he lets go a good-looking kick. All the way back to the 11-yard line is Frankie Williams, right hash mark, up to the 20, and he is roughed up and brought down. So Frankie Williams taking a little abuse there on the sideline, and here comes Jeremiah Masoli in the Ticats offense.
Yeah, you look at this offense now, and the big name that I'm going to talk about is Chris Van Zyl. Having Chris back at that right tackle position is a big game changer. We often talk about receivers and running backs and quarterbacks, but that right tackle there, Chris Van Zyl, is going to be key.
Early first quarter action, no score. Tiger Cats going to take over for the first time when they see the football here, and they're going to spot the ball at their 21-yard line. So, again, field position was an issue last week in Winnipeg. We start off with field position as an issue this week.
Yeah, we do. They got to dig themselves out of the hole. Before we went to break, talked about Chris Van Zyl on anchoring that right tackle position. A couple new receivers in the lineup tonight, and that'll be interesting to watch. The Whites, Tim White, Pappy White, and see the timing and coordination with Jeremiah.
Masoli, again, standing in that pistol formation. He has three wide receivers out to the left-hand side. That's a wide side of the field. Little snap, and he'll take a short drop back. He'll swing it out to Thomas Erlington at the 20, breaks a tackle, and he steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And that's something the Tiger Cats say they want to get the running back to Sean Thomas Erlington a little bit more involved.
And that's the way to do it. And it also helps Jeremiah Masoli. You can get a pass out of his hand quickly, get it off to your running back, come into the backfield. You don't have to worry about anything coming in front of your face, and a pretty healthy gain on first down.
Take a look at that Saskatchewan defense. Not a lot of size up front, but their secondary is as good as it gets in the CFL. Second down and 6 for Masoli. Straight drop back, no one in the backfield. Looks left, throws left. He has Kalinic across the 30-yard line, and he has a first down for the Tiger Cats.
Kalinic is one of those guys, Bubba, that it kind of does a little bit of everything. A little Swiss Army knife, and he can catch the ball very, very well out of the backfield. That's probably one of his biggest strengths, but he can also chip off the end as a tight end. This time he motions as he's in the backfield, gets the ball out of Jeremiah's hands, and picks up the first down.
One of the better blocking receivers, I would think, do for the Tiger Cats. Got a big body, going at about 230. Crowd making noise here from the 32-yard line. Masoli play action passing, good protection, looking around, throws deep over the middle, and he misses his intended receiver. Brandon Banks was coming from the right side all the way to the left-hand side at the hash mark, and the ball sailed over his head.
Yeah, that one got away, I think, a bit on Jeremiah there. Couple in routes from the field and an under, and then Banks, like you said, on the over in behind, about 15, 20 yards deep. Ball was thrown in behind him. Not sure what Jeremiah was looking at downfield, but there was about 3 green jerseys around Banks.
Second down. This is where the crowd becomes a factor. This is why it's always tougher on the road. Second and 10 from the Hamilton 33-yard line. Crowd making noise. Masoli straight drop back, feeling the pressure. He's under heat. Just dumps the ball off to Erlington. He gets up to the 30, and that was just basically to save fate.
Yeah, we talked about when the Riders had the ball, the time that Fajardo had to throw. Now we can flip it over on the Ticats side, and really that time, with looks like they're lining up in a 3-man rush, Bubba. There's no way in a 3-man rush against 5 offensive linemen that should happen, but they're picking on that side with Okafor.
Keon Adams was the man that applied the pressure and disrupted the flow of the play. Joel Whitford is standing back at his 15-yard line awaiting the snap. High, not necessarily long, taken at the 40-yard line, and falling down on the play is Murphy, who will dance down around the blocking, gets some good blocking, and steps out of bounds. I do believe I saw a flag on the play there.
Yeah, we'll get that call shortly, but it was an odd-looking play to start. As he fielded that punt, fell to the ground, and got back up. Lucky it wasn't college. He would have been stopped right there.
Early first quarter action, no score on the board. Each team with 1 possession. Not a lot done by either team here. Clip Bubba O'Neill along with you. Mike Morreale on the Ticats Audio Network. Back to work goes Cody Fajardo and his Saskatchewan Roughriders offense. And they're going to start their drive from their own 29-yard line. 9:55 left in the first quarter. Quick little dump off to Moore at the 30-yard line. Slips by Simone Lawrence. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Now he's going to the interior of the field, and he crosses the 50-yard line. The talented toes of Kyron Moore.
Yeah, Kyron Moore is dangerous when the ball in his hands, and they kind of set it up perfectly for him. Went to the field with that one. 3 receivers lead blocking in front. Little outlet pass to Moore, and then he just makes a bunch of people miss. Cuts back inside.
Ball's all the way up to the 53-yard line. Very effective play there. Fajardo, empty backfield, swings it out. Same play almost. And he'll dump it off, and it's caught there by Braden Lenius, who, interesting story, last week caught his first professional touchdown pass threw the ball up into the crowd, kind of thought about it later after the game. Boy, I'd like to have that ball back. And one of the religious fans from Regina sent him back the ball, thinking that he wanted the ball back.
Isn't that something else?
It's a good crowd. Good fans. Ball into the Tiger Cats territory for the first time from the 52. Fajardo is going to run out of necessity there. Good pressure by the Hamilton Tiger Cats defense there. Kind of surrounded the pocket, and no other option there for Fajardo.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we've seen pressure, and it worked in the Ticats' favor as they got into the face of Fajardo, make him step up, but he didn't have a chance to cock that arm back and get a throw downfield. Also some good coverage in the backfield. So again, if the Cats can keep this consistency up, they've got a chance here to stall this drive. We go to a punt right now.
Ryan awaiting a snap again from the Ticats 52. He stands back at his own 46-yard line. Frankie Williams awaiting the punt. High hanger once again on the right sideline. Williams takes it at the 10. Not a lot of room for him to go down. Puts his head down, and then he's bowled over at just about the 11 or 12-yard line. Flags on the play. Let's see what this is all about.
Well, that definitely be a no yards against Saskatchewan. So Hamilton will end up a little better field position here. We'll wait to see and hear what the call is.
A hot and steamy evening in Regina, Saskatchewan. Heat warning, folks. 29 degrees Celsius, all kinds of humidity and all kinds of action here on the Ticats Audio Network. And here come the Tiger Cats, first down and 10. Inside handoff, right side Thomas Earlington. Well read by the Riders defense.
Yeah, first run of the game for the Ticats as well. Quick handoff inside. Thomas Earlington, nice to get the running back touches early. He's got a touch out to the flats. He's got a handoff now, and we've seen historically, you give a guy like Earlington the ball, and good things will happen down the road.
Just a yard gain on the play from the Hamilton 27-yard line. Second down and 9 from Masoli. 4 wide receivers, left-hand side, wide side, straight drop back. Masoli looks left, throws left. He's got a man. Oh my! It is caught by Tim White, but he was decked right at the 31-yard line.
He certainly was. That was a tremendous job by the Riders' defensive backs to rally to the football. Masoli had some time on this. It was a good throw, but better coverage.
Lined up about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. And we talk about Tim White, Arizona State product. We'll talk about him just as the Tiger Cats go to punt right now. Joel Whitford, again, this is one of his better efforts, backing up the returner to the 25-yard line, 30. Right hash mark all the way up to the 35-yard line. Make that the 40-yard line. And a little change. And again, flags on the play. And we've seen this on almost every kick so far this evening.
Yeah, this one came from the back judge, so it tells me it may be in the favor of the Ticats. We'll get the call here shortly. If it is, it could be a first down.
Saskatchewan number 58,
there you go.
Over top of the center. This is a 5-yard penalty. Result of play, first down.
You hear that first down call procedure by Saskatchewan, and that gives the Ticats a fresh set of downs. So, hey, if you can't make the pass or you can't make the run for first down, you'll take whatever you can get.
Absolutely. So Masoli runs back on the field here. And you take a look at the way they opened up in Winnipeg. A 7-play, 89-yard drive. The big payoff to Ackland. Probably you're not going to replicate that all the time. But this could, the little field position change here, maybe opens up the playbook for the Tiger Cats offense. Not so much in the shadow of your own end zone.
Yeah, this is an opportunity here for the Cats to extend this drive and start to creep into the battlefield position, if not score.
36-yard line of the Tiger Cats is where they will operate. 6:11 left in the first quarter. 4 receivers right side. The handoff goes inside to Earlington, and they're kind of banging on a door there that wouldn't open as the interior of the Saskatchewan Roughriders defense were ready.
Well, I think the Cats ran right to the strength of this defensive line on that play. Going to the left-hand side, running towards Okafor, but that defensive line so far for the Riders has been holding their own.
A might have gotten a yard, if even. Let's call this. Yes, they did get a yard. Again, the crowd a factor. Here they go, making noise for Jeremiah Masoli. Standard set. Here comes the blitz. Masoli stands in there. He has time. Jumps the ball off. It is caught at the 45-yard line. Nice job moving the ball upfield and picking up the first down is Pappy White. His first reception in the Canadian Football League.
Masoli takes the time here. He's getting some pressure to his right side, but he's got that arm strength. He can whip it. Pappy White gets the first down, moves the chains. This is exactly what you want to do. They started at the 20, got to a punting situation. Next thing you know, they're at the midfield stripe.
No Tucker this week, no Jalen Marshall. But we talk about it. Pappy and Tim White looking to make their mark on the Ticats offense. Pappy White, Ohio University. First down and 10 from midfield. Masoli going to roll right, feeling pressure. He just threw that ball away.
Bubba, that was a bit ugly from the get-go. We had Pappy White in the backfield talking to Jeremiah. He's trying to instruct him while he's sitting in the shotgun position. I can tell you right now, if you're talking to your quarterback as the quarterback's trying to call, the cadence, that we got problems. He was doing the best, but that threw off the whole play. Masoli just tried to get rid of it to the strength where his receivers were, but the ball fell in between.
And when you got the two rookies as well, too, these guys have played in front of big crowds before, but you're dealing with a whole new quarterback, a whole new system. The crowd's making noise. A lot's going on for the youngster. Oh, it looked like we have a little movement there. Across the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was Leonard, the defensive end, who was trying to cheat on Chris Van Zyl on his left-hand side.
Number 6, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Again, not pretty, but take the yards however you can get them. Van Zyl, the vet, holding his ground, drawing Leonard offside, and now the ball into Rider territory. Nose of it sitting right on the 50.
Let's see what Tommy Condell comes up here with this 2nd down and 5 situation. 3 receivers short in a bunch formation. Left-hand side, Masoli stands in there, feels the pressure, throws, and Brandon Banks had it for a second, just crossing over the middle on a little intermediate crossing pattern, and he dropped the football.
Oh, that's a frustrating one. That's one that Banks is going to want back. He went kind of smash route, kind of went to the outside, came back inside, just wanted to run before the ball was in his hands. It happens to the best of them. And then they're forced into a punting situation again.
Well, Tim White laid in a good block there, and I think Banks was thinking, boy, I can run for a while here. So the Tiger Cats drive stalls, but they do move the ball, courtesy of some penalties and some effective plays. Joel Whitford waiting for his punt back at his own 45-yard line. Good snap, no sneaky business. Again, a high-hanging punt. And it's going to take a bounce at the 2-yard line into the Roughriders end zone. And they will concede. So, the first score comes in by the Tiger Cats. As I said, a hot and steamy night in Regina. Action. Very even Steven so far. Both teams trying to get a little momentum right now. 3:48 left in quarter number 1. 1-0 Hamilton Tiger Cats. And starting off on this possession are the Roughriders from their own 35. He throws the deep ball to Shaq, and it is Evans that kind of had it, but good, I would say, elbow-to-elbow coverage by Jamal Roll.
What Roll did really well there was just watch the receiver. He's going to give the tell when the ball is in the air. Roll just got him, eyes on him, and once the receiver looks back, he reacts. Ball a bit underthrown. Had it been a bit more outside, Evans had a chance on that one, but Roll right in that spot.
Roughriders going to test you every once in a while. They are a very balanced team, short passing team, one that will run the football. But when you got an Evans as they're running down the sidelines, you're going to go after it. 2nd down and 10, throw over the middle. Oh, my! Frankie Williams. The ball overthrown, and Frankie Williams went up high to get it, and I think it went right through his hands.
I think he was more surprised than anything. He was playing the receiver to catch that ball. Ball got away from Fajardo, and Williams almost at the last second wanted to get up, had his hand on it, but not enough. So exactly what you want from the Ticat defense. Couple nice plays. by your defensive backs, force the punt situation, look at the field position change now, right? Because of those penalties, because of everything that's happened. So now it's Ticat time to get that ball back and move it.
John Ryan, for the third time here, just bumped out of bounds. In touch, here comes the Ticats offense.
And there's that field position, pretty decent to start. They're above that, trying to get the spot now, but 34-yard line. So ready to, I think, start clicking a bit. We've seen some attempts down the field, but most of their success to date has come out of the backfield, little flare passes to Klinich, also to Thomas Erlington. Now you want to be able to, draw those linebackers up, hit the pockets in behind, but they got to connect on a few of them to really open up the field.
Well, Masoli spread the ball around last week. That certainly wasn't a problem. 7 different receivers last week. 2:44 left in quarter number 1. Little play passed out to Banks, and this is where Banks can be the most dangerous as he turns the corner left side and he's bumped out of bounds.
Very reminiscent of the play that the Riders did to Shaq Evans, that the receivers out in front kind of making some blocks. This time Banks catches it on the run, and when he catches it on the run, he can move. So a nice gain there, 2nd and 2.
I was talking to Brandon Banks about his speed, and he says he's lost a little. What does that mean?
Yeah, runs a 4.4 now.
2nd down and 2 from the Hamilton 42. Again, pistol formation. Again, same situation. Swinging out the ball to the right-hand side this time. Brandon Banks over the 50-yard line. And hold on a second. I thought he was down. The Roughriders, the ball clearly came out when he hit the contact and hit the turf. The Roughriders say they have the football. So the officials are Lucius Purifoy.
Ooh, Bubs. That's out early if that flag goes. And there it goes.
Yeah. Coach Dickinson is going to throw the flag. Craig Dickinson. Interesting battle, too. We talk about the players all the time here. We talked of the 2 reigning Coach of the Years in the West and the East. Obviously, Orlando Steinauer won for the CFL, but these guys know what they're doing.
And 2 of the nicest guys as well, right? Guys that just love the game, got a nose for the game, and that ball, based on the replay here in the booth, Bubba, is out early. I can't see this sticking with the Cats. Banks goes down on the way down well before the knee.
Saskatchewan is challenging the ruling on the field of down by contact. The play will be reviewed.
And then picked up right away.
So Banks takes the swing pass, goes upfield, has yardage, and it appears that Mike Edom, the free safety, took a shot at him and really didn't hit Banks, but he hit the football as he was going down. Yeah, and Purifoy says it's his. He has it.
Yeah, Purifoy came up with that. I'm not sure his intention was to hit the football, but they are. The DBs are always taught that. Go in, eye on the football, knock it out, try and get that ball back. Banks was carrying it fine, but that tackle came right through. And when the guy's coming, and this ball is going to be in the green and white.
So counted as a fumble. You got to give Purifoy some credit, because I think he was the only one in the entire building that actually thought that there was a fumble.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. There was a fumble and a recovery by Saskatchewan. It'll be 1st down.
So he was the one that actually turned to his head coach and said, "You got to throw the flag on this one."
Yeah, and players do that a lot, right? And as a coach, you got to be like, yeah, for real. That one, again, depending on where it is on the field, tough for a head coach to see, but that was a good use of the challenge and the ball back in great field position for the Riders.
Well, they're going to take over. Now we have a shift in the field position. This, again, Tiger Cats at the 50-yard line, and William Powell, and that is an outstanding job. Santos Knox coming up from his middle linebacker position as William Powell wanted to break around the left end, and he was brought down in a hurry.
Yeah, I have this suspicious feeling that linebacker core knew exactly what was going to happen on that play, because they were in the backfield. Santos Knox was there in a hurry.
Loss of 3 on the play, bringing the ball back to the Ticats 53-yard line. So let's see what the Cats come up with defensively. Wide spacing on the defensive line. That's a 4-man line up there, and they're coming after him. Quick throw by Fajaro at the 50, and that's Williams Lambert, who breaks a tackle. and a little spin and turn, but he's going to be short of a first down.
Oh dear, and we got Mike Daly laying down. He was involved in that collision, just seeing the legs going. We're hoping everything's okay as the ball is spotted. That is going to be very close to a first down. They'll get a measurement. The stick is right on the 40-yard line. The ball probably about a half yard short, but in the collision, Bubba, Mike Daly got spun around.
And with Tunde Adeleke on the injured list, the Cats are extremely thin at the free safety position.
Yeah, they certainly do not have the depth there with Adeleke out. We're hoping everything is okay. They'll take their time, obviously, to keep an eye on Mike. He's laying down. We'll get all the staff around him.
So they're going to call it 3rd and inches. So this is a really difficult position for the Stavros Kastotanis. Comes in at the safety position. First-year player out of UBC.
Now, I've seen him play at UBC. He's a good player. It's a jump, as we know, and he's going to baptism by fire sometimes brings out the best in you. So he'll be in the ball game first year at a UBC, like you said. Daly's still down. All we're going to do right now is just hope everything is okay, not try and guess. This may take a minute, just as the safety, just based on where the collision took place and how the collision took place.
Yeah, with 53 seconds left, this appears to be a little something a little bit more than just a stinger, is what we were hoping it would be. But you're right, and really not a great time to try and forecast. But Daly did go down in a hurry, and I think it's fair to say he's one of the tougher guys on the team.
Yeah, I just for everyone listening, the good thing is he's moving, he's kicking his legs, he's certainly in pain, but they are going to take every precaution based on his reaction right now, him laying kind of on his stomach on the field.
I think one of the things you talk about Mike Daly, I mean, not only his ability at his age to play the position as well as he plays it, but adds that captain and that leadership abilities that you just don't find in everyone.
You don't, and you look at that defensive backfield, the back end of the Cats, you feel real comfortable with Mike Daly there, right? You feel like, okay, this guy's paid his dues, he's made big plays, he's smart, he knows where to be, where to line up. And good news, it looks like he's getting to his feet, at least up on his knees now.
Well attended to by the Tiger Cats training staff, who are really just taking their time here. Nobody's in a rush here, but you're right, he's up on his knees right now, which is a good sign. On his own power as well. Yeah,
and now up on his feet. So crowd, give him a clap. Obviously, he's going to be ginger here for a while. Not sure when or if he will return. So we're going with the youngster, unless Coach Steinauer wants to make some changes down the line. But we're going to go with the young UBC product right there, man in the middle of the field.
So the Riders they're going to need to cross the 40-yard line of the Tiger Cats to pick up this first down on 3rd and inches. Fajardo under center, goes straight ahead, and probably got the necessary yardage required to move the sticks.
Yeah, that was a really strong push by the Rider offensive line, bringing about 10, 11 people there and moving the chains. Ball sitting now inside the 40. So a gain of about a yard and a half on that sneak. Do they test the young free safety? I'm going to say pretty soon.
At some point, you certainly have to. Again, just learning, and I think everyone's probably going to help out Kastanis at that safety position. They're going to run the football here, right side run, turning the corner is LaFrance.
Simone Lawrence a little slow getting up, but back on his feet.
Just underway in the second quarter. Saskatchewan Roughriders on the move here, courtesy of a turnover from Brandon Banks, a rare one. And they're at the Ticats 28. Play action passing. Fajardo looking around, throwing that deep ball into the end zone. It hangs up there, and it is broken up. Moore was the intended target, and we talk about testing the safety.
Yeah, that time, Castantonis comes over, makes a nice joint play on the ball. We have a flag on the play. Waiting on the call here.
Your foul, roughing the passer. Hamilton, number 91.
No.
That's not a good one.
Half the distance to goal, not automatic.
Yeah, it's a roughing the passer call, half the distance to the goal. This ball is going to be set inside the 15, looking at about the 13 and a half yard line. Oh, yeah. Very late. Very late.
Autry the second there. And really not a hard head hit or anything. Just that extra shove. You're going to get that call all day long.
You know what it is? It's the extra 1 or 2 steps to get there, less the shove, more than just, okay, you could have stopped.
First down and 10 now from the 14-yard line. Fajardo's going to keep and run. Left, right side, inside the 5, and he scores. Cody Fajardo tucks the ball away in his belly, and he scores 6.
And this is where Fajardo's dangerous. He's a good thrower, but he's also an underrated runner. He can make things happen. That time took off to his right side, saw the crease, and just went. I'm not too sure if this wasn't a planned run the whole way.
It seems like the Jason Mouse offense that Fajardo is learning here gives him a lot of options to do so.
It does. You get Powell in the backfield, play action fake to him, and he's running the whole way. He pulls that ball. He has the option to do that, sees the right-hand side collapse, and takes it on in.
Brett Lowther in for the extra point and drills it through. So we have our first major score of the evening. Saskatchewan Roughriders, Fajardo on a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Tiger Cats kind of hurt themselves a little bit there on the setup for the change of possession, and of course the roughing the passer call.
Those plays will come back to get you, and especially when you're doing that in your own end. That roughing the passer was the big one, especially after a nice breakup on a corner route into the end zone. Sets up for Fajardo to come off that right side. He's not touched by anyone until Simone comes over to trip him up at the 1, but easily falls into the end zone.
So now you're going to see the Tiger Cats offense, and I'm wondering if you feel a little pressure. I mean, it's early in the game, 14:01 left in the second quarter, but again, you're on the road. You want to keep things tight and close. You do. You just don't want the game to get away from you. It's a long game. You know, we saw what the Riders did in week 1, where they put up many points and let people get back in. So that is certainly an opportunity, but you want to keep the game close. You want to keep the momentum of the game. You don't want to lose that. Lowther with the kickoff, and again, it's going to be Frankie Williams right at the 1-yard line. 10, 15, 20. Head down, and he is hit hard. That was a serious collision at the 22-yard line between runner and tackler. That Harris, number 52, and he's feeling the brunt of that hit. I'm going to tell you. And there's a flag, a late flag coming. I think this may, not seeing what happened, I just saw the flag come out late. We'll definitely listen for what the call is. I think it's going to be after the play, so some sort of roughing or some jive talking. So something's happening.
Did the play, major foul, unnecessary roughness. Saskatchewan number 53, 15 yards, first down, Hamilton.
That'd be a backside block somewhere that we did not see. Yeah, the flag came up late. Harris, who made that hit, he needs to get to the sidelines. Yeah, he needs to get to the sidelines. And now he's down. No, and this is where you understand how hard these guys hit. I mean, sometimes when you're sitting in the seats, you don't really get the perspective. But when you're on the sidelines, or obviously you played the game, these guys are throwing licks. Oh man, in all the years of playing, and then probably more so after being field level at Ivor Wynne or any stadium, and seeing the collisions, hearing the collisions, I sometimes say, did I do that? What was I thinking? And in many cases, as Harris is back to his feet now, thankfully, and looking a little bit better,
it's often the defensive guys that are the ones that end up getting hurt. You know, as a receiver, a returner, a running back, you know, sometimes you get hit without even knowing. These guys flying around hitting each other.
They come in like a heat-seeking missile. First down and 10, Tiger Cats from their own 38-yard line. Missouli 7 to 10 so far. Not a lot of yardage and nothing to pay off into the end zone yet. Empty backfield. Quick throw, right-hand side. Erlington just dumps it off. He bounces off Purifoy. Upfield he goes across the 45-yard line, and he's got great yardage. And so that's a very productive. These throws behind the line of scrimmage seem to be working well for the Tiger Cats.
Well, it worked well for one because Sean Thomas Erlington made something out of almost nothing. Two receivers almost got run over by one guy. Banks and Ungerer. Thomas Erlington just makes stuff happen with his feet.
First down reception on the play.
We have a guy on a knee right now, Bubba, for the Riders.
Hey, you know, folks, if you missed some of tonight's Tiger Cats post game with Louis B and Andy Fantus, you can catch up on all of the analysis there by Mr. Fantus, of course, and Mr. Louis B in podcast form. It's a great way to get your morning rolling after every game. And you can do it, folks, tomorrow. Find it under Ticats anywhere you get your podcast. Just a beautiful night in Regina here. They've shown some exterior shots of Mosaic Field on the outside. Game really turning up its temperature right now. Saskatchewan leading 7-1, 13 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. First and 10 for the Tiger Cats, and Masoli's going to stretch that defense. Deep throw. And he's going right down the middle of the field looking for Tim White.
Yeah, Pappy White on that one. We got a lot of whites in the field. Bubba, and the ball. The one thing I like about that play, even though it did not come to fruition, was the fact that we saw Mazzoli go downfield. That's the first time we saw him take a shot, other than about a 15-yard strike that he missed to Banks. Everything else has been very pedestrian, you know, flats, you know, out in front of him a little bit, and now the shot. So that hopefully gives him some area to work behind the linebackers.
Ticats 2 of 6 on second down conversions. They're going to need the full 10 here if they want to continue this drive. Again, Masoli with time, throwing to the right-hand side, and Ackland goes up and gets it. Took a hit after the reception, but he laid his body out there to pull in that reception and move the chains.
Yeah, this is Ackland just running a stop route right up the field, head down, nice stop, comes back, catches it, gets his body in between the defender and the ball, and well done. Ackland's the guy you want to keep busy.
Nick Marshall in coverage. Now at the Saskatchewan 45-yard line. Little quick pitch going to the right-hand side. And we talked about White. Pappy White, again, very, very versatile. He can return kicks. He can return punts. He can run the football, and he can obviously catch the football as a receiver.
This gain of 8 is Pappy White in the backfield, taking a short handoff out of shotgun and then just kind of meandering his way up the field for a gain of 8.
Second down and 2. Always a fun situation down and distance, but they'll keep it simple. Erlington, little spin move over center. Chains move once again. First down, Tiger Cats at the 30.
This has been the best drive of the game so far for Jeremiah and the Cats. And again, even missing downfield on that long ball stretches the defense a bit, at least gets them back on their toes, and now he can work back underneath, which is what he's been doing. Ball on the 30.
Best drive for Masoli and his offense so far. They certainly want to cash in with some points here. They'll hand the ball off again to Erlington. He runs hard and crosses the 30, but he was also blasted right back at about the 26, 27-yard line by Lacey. Middle linebacker.
Yeah, this one's going to be a gain of about 4. We'll see where they end up marking it. Play action fake by Mazzoli after the handoff is done, but wrapped up pretty quick.
You've got to believe the Tiger Cats here, after such an effective drive so far, are dreaming of getting into the end zone. They'll take the 3. Well, they want the sticks to move here. From the 26, Masoli. Straight drop back, throws just to the 2-yard line. That's Ackland down to the 3 and to the 2-yard line. Again, going high for the football, taking the hit from Gainey, but holding on to it.
Yeah, this is a great catch, great route, but even better patience by Masoli, who waits, and just has a beautiful delivery on that football.
Little up-tempo offense. They're at the 1-yard line. They spotted at the 1. Erlington, the lone man in the backfield. Masoli goes straight ahead, and he's not in. Probably moved the ball about a half a yard, but not the required full yard to get into that end zone.
Yeah, we got a flag down, too. It's going to go against one of these guys, either illegal procedure or offside. We'll find out very soon from the refs.
I don't know how much goal line defense you play.
Saskatchewan number 97.
What's going on in those tight quarters?
Well, I try to stay as far away from the tight quarters as possible, unless Ronnie told me to come down there and chip somebody off the end. I'm like, oh man, this is not fun. It gets dangerous in there. That call going against the Riders, so fresh set of downs, 1st and goal now from the 1.
That goal line defense standing right at the 1. The crowd now making noise. Masoli directing traffic. He'll go to the right-hand side of the formation, and he's not in. Or is he? No, he's not.
No, you're right, Bubby. Trying to sneak down the right-hand side, and the Rider defense playing well. That's back-to-back plays. Cats have been stuffed at the 1. We don't see that very often.
No. In the past, they had David Watford in these situations as a third quarterback to do this. Again, the Riders are urging out the crowd, and now they're about as loud as they've been all evening, including the touchdown by Fajardo. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, Masoli goes forward, but the ball bounces out of his hand, and it goes backward. But unbelievably, it looks like Erlington was there to pick up the ball. Actually, that is White. Unbelievable play to maintain possession.
And they may, I don't know what's happened. There's a flag down on the play as well, which actually may help. It's going to be after the play. We'll find out. There's some roughhousing after the fact as that ball was going. We're trying to get a call. Looks like this is going to go against the Riders. Another offside.
Saskatchewan defensive line. 1st down from the 1-yard line.
So Masoli tried to go over instead of going through the line, he tried to go over the top, and somehow the ball was punched out by the middle linebacker, Lacey. I mean, it's all in the end, the possession, it didn't really matter because of the penalty, but what kind of wild play was that?
Yeah, that was one where the ball got ahead of Jeremiah, and he kind of left his feet but couldn't get up and got stuck in no man's land. And the 2 offsides by that Saskatchewan defense in the row, and 3 times the Cats have not got in.
Tiger Cats are trying to make a statement by running the football, and again, Masoli runs right side. This time he's in, and he stays on his feet, and he throws that football. Touchdown, Hamilton Tiger Cats.
I think we got another flag, Bubba.
Offside. Saskatchewan defensive line.
3 offsides, but 1 touchdown for the Ticats.
Wow. They had to work for it. But Masoli this time, great blocking by that offensive line. They did open up a hole on the right-hand side, and Masoli went in there fairly easily.
Oh, he's going up the backside of Van Zyl. Kalinic comes in to kind of take that end away, and 3rd time's a charm, I guess, if you're the Cats to get that one through. And they're, sometimes you need a little help. That time, the Rider defense offside on 3 occasions. And now the Cats have a chance to take the lead.
Bertolet will come in for the extra point. His first extra point attempt. Remember, the Tiger Cats in their lone touchdown last week attempted a 2-point conversion. So let's see what Bertolet, the American kicker, can do. Oh, he does just well. Tiger Cats lead 8-7. Tiger Cats on the board. A 1-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Masoli, aided by a number of fouls, we'll call them, by the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but nevertheless, they're on the board and they lead this football game there, Mike.
Yeah, the Cats needed that. It took a while to get there. It happened in a couple strange circumstances, but they're on the board. They have the lead, 8-7. They're in territory. So they need to just keep this crowd as calm as possible, get a good defensive stand here, and try and score again.
Bertolet will do the kicking off honors here. Again, another high hanger. And will be taken at the 8-yard line. Ball upfielded well by Murphy to about the 30-yard line.
We'll have to keep an eye here, Bubba, on who's lining up here on defense for the Cats, remembering that Daly went out from his free safety position, got off under his own steam. Got some action going on the sidelines, that's for sure. We know our mics work field level.
Yeah, we apparently do, and Coach Dickinson is kind of calming down the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who are, I guess, down for the first time all season long, early obviously. Cody Fajardo operating from his own 31, first down and 10. And I think we have some movement by the Tiger Cats. Or was it the offensive line that got off a little early? Santos Knox pointing right in the face of the Roughriders offensive line, saying they moved early.
Offside, Hamilton 56. 5-yard penalty.
Jaguar Davis definitely took a step, but I thought he got back in time. Apparently he didn't. 1st and 5. That moves the ball and now opens up that playbook a bit for the Riders as well.
Up to the 35-yard line of the Riders. Operating from the left hash mark. And more motion, more talking, and more pointing. And Fajardo is disgusted.
Yeah, and this one may be going against the Riders. Actually, looks like Johnson, the right guard.
Procedure, Saskatchewan number 64.
There we go, that's Johnson.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Kind of wavered, took a little hitch back.
And remember, too, that is a offensive line that is used to having Brett Boyko protecting that left side, that backside for Fajardo on left tackle, and Andrew Lauderdale is in there. Haven't heard a lot from him, so I think as an offensive lineman, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Long count again by Fajardo. Now he could be changing the play. It looks like he's changing the play. On 1st and 10, steps up into his throw, and he has a man across the middle, and it is Linnaeus, the Canadian receiver, operating here at home, the Regina product, with a first down throw and run up the field.
Well, if he indeed changed the play, he changed it to a good one, Bubba. He saw what the Cats were doing, went backside, found Linnaeus just right up the seam, and big target, makes a big catch.
Something about Canadian receivers and this Roughriders team. They've got a bunch of them. Picked in as well. From the Hamilton 54-yard line, Fajardo steps into another throw. He's got a man. And that is caught right at the 41-yard line. Linnaeus again.
Linnaeus getting the crowd on his side here, enjoying what he's doing, playing with some confidence now. Just a big body, finds a soft spot on an out route, goes up for the catch, and moves the chains.
6'5", 230 pounds. Up to the Hamilton 41-yard line. 6:35 left in the first half. Little show and go by Fajardo, and he throws a little slant in pattern, and he has Picton, and Noah Picton, another Regina product.
Yeah, another Canadian receiver making plays for the Riders, and what you're seeing is the momentum here. They're going to a huddle now, but they've been kind of in one of those kind of huddle as you go, so to speak. Not a hurry up, but enough to keep the Cats on their heels.
Brought down by Simone Lawrence, who led the team in tackles last week. 6 tackles, 1 sack last week. 6 minutes left in the half. Hamilton 26-yard line is where the ball is spotted at. William Powell trying to create something in the interior of that offensive line. Short gain on the play. Nice job by the Ticats to limit the gain.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think in those plays, you hit a couple down the field. If you're the Riders, you think you can sneak them with a run play, but you're not going to get past some of those guys on the defensive line, and certainly not the linebacker core for the Cats, who rallied up for that stop.
As we check our monitor here, Shaq Evans, the deep threat leading receiver for the Tiger Cats, for the Roughriders, has left the game and seems to be limping in serious pain. Second down and 5 from the Hamilton 21. He swings the ball out to Powell. He's at the 15 and at the 11-yard line. William Powell, very, very effective coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, he certainly is, and now that they've made plays down the field, it opens up that little swing pass out of the backfield to Powell, makes the catch, turns upfield, and that's where he's dangerous. Does enough to get that first down. The ball's now sitting on the 11-yard line.
Frankie Williams having to come up from coverage to make that tackle. First and 10 from the 11-yard line of the Tiger Cats. Fajardo, best looking drive, play action, sits in the pocket. He's got to scramble. He's up to the 10. He's down at the 6-yard line before Cam Kelly brought him down. Right in the middle of the field.
Fajardo there made something out of nothing. It was kind of broken play in the backfield. Went to go do the handoff to Powell. Almost looked like he reverse pivoted and then found enough to get up the field. It's going to be a gain of 4, close to 5.
Tiger Cats defense got to come up with something special here to slow down this drive from their own 7-yard line. Fajardo back in that pistol formation. He's going to keep the ball, looks to run. He's in trouble, and he dumps the ball off to Moore. I thought he was in the grass, but Moore was able to get up to about the 4-yard line. So hold on, flag on the play here.
This flag could go against Santos Knox, to be honest. The way it came up after Fajardo was in his grasp and let the ball go. And they're going to go procedure, actually, against the Riders, so the Cats catch a break here. We'll get the call.
League procedure, no end. Saskatchewan. It's 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Well, it goes to show you the strength of Fajardo, was because I thought Santos Knox had him wrapped up for the sack, and he was still able to kind of spin himself up and throw the ball off and dump it off.
I think he threw that without any legs underneath him either, because Santos, to your point, Bubba had him locked up. The call and the play is no end, so just the way the formation was set up for the Riders, again, they've gone now in the last few minutes about 4 major penalties that have stalled drives or allowed the Cats to score. Now still sitting in very good field position, down 1, second and 11.
Should be advantage Tiger Cats here. Let's see what they come up again. 4 down linemen. They don't look like they're blitzing. They will send Santos Knox for the middle linebacker. Fajardo throws to the back left corner of the end zone, and it sails over the head of the intended target. And that's Powell again coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, that's a play that Fajardo, I think, held on a little bit too long. There was not a big window for that ball to be thrown to Powell. Powell's not going to be your deep threat, so to speak. If anything, he was looking for him kind of a little bit of a wheel route, but held it just enough. And 2 Ticats there, even that ball was close, it was either picked or knocked away.
Brett Lowther comes in for a field goal attempt of 12 yards. Make that a 20-yard attempt. Good snap, splits the uprights. The Riders have a 10-8 lead.
It's been a while since we've seen Mazzoli get out of the pocket tonight. It happened, early on. This time, he has to throw it away, as you say. Well, trying to get a look here at Banks on that last play. Really untouched, Bubba. That's just, again, when you get into that rib area, more often than not, especially the cartilage, that's what really hurts. As you start in between those ribs, you start straining some of those. I'm just guessing, but that's kind of that lingering effect. Won't go away for some time.
Second down and 10 from the Ticat 45-yard line. Crowd now making noise. Straight drop back from Mazzoli, throws hard over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Sean Thomas Erlington, who was in Saskatchewan territory.
Well, this is the drive they needed to have a drive, and just didn't come up with what they were doing. Mazzoli talking to Erlington just to make sure they're in the right place at the right time. But now the field position battle again. You get 2:26 on the clock. The Riders are going to get the ball. They went down. It scored some points last time. So, a drive that Hamilton wished they had back.
Joel Whitford, they're looking for a real good effort here. The punter. Good snap, lots of time, delivers a good one. To the 24-yard line is Murphy, breaking to the 30, and he is brought down by a host of Hamilton Tiger Cats. And here comes Cody Fajar. We're just going to try to run that 2-minute drill. 2:14 left with a 2-point lead. 8 of 12 so far this afternoon. 123 yards throwing, but he's also dangerous as he runs the football well.
Yeah, he can use his legs. We saw it on his one touchdown run. And the bright spot right now for the Cats, special teams are playing good. They're limiting any returns by the Riders. They're making Fajardo have to go the distance. The ball now on the 31.
From that pistol position, he has Powell in behind him. Show and go, and the ball does go to Powell. He runs the ball over the 35-yard line, brought down by Simone Lawrence at about the 36.
So the Riders understand they've got the use of the clock. They're going to run on first down. They don't mind if the clock runs a bit. They don't want to give the ball back to Hamilton. They feel they can move the ball down the football field. It's 2nd and 6, so gain of 4.
The Riders 37, and there's apparently Jason Moss has had a presentation of 500 offensive plays.
That does not shock me, Bubba, at all.
Caught a few passes from that fella. A real competitor. Roughriders run the football on 2nd down and 6, and Cameron Kelly comes up from his weak side linebacker position and lays a lick on Powell. They're short of the first down.
That was a strange play call to go back-to-back runs after just gain on 4 on first down. Kind of uncharacteristic, so maybe they thought they'd catch that Ticat defense napping, but they certainly didn't. Kelly and Santos Knox around the football. That's a great stop, and they're going to get a chance to get this ball back with at least about 1:30 on the clock.
It's probably about 499 plays that they could have run other than that play. John Ryan back in to do some punting here. Frankie Williams watches it bounce at the 21. It's all the way back to the 9-yard line, and he is brought down.
Oh, I just was speaking the praises of the special team, and that time the special team downfield tackling and punt for the Riders really backed up Freddie Williams. Kind of mishandled the ball when he went to pick it up, and the Riders are there to wrap it. The ball bounces once, twice, gets it on the 3rd bounce, and just nowhere to go.
Eden LaFrance along with Biase Brown doing some good special teams work there. So let's see what the Tiger Cats do here. They're in a hole. We talk about being in the shadow of your own goalpost at your own 9-yard line. Got to be careful here. Cats have had 1 turnover in this ball game. 1:33 remaining from the 9-yard line. Blitz coming. Picked up nicely. Ball tipped, but Kelly has it. And he'll advance it over the 10-yard line, the 20-yard line, sorry.
Caught by number 12, Tim White, on that play. Mazzoli does a nice job, as you said, just getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Gain of 8, leaves 2nd and 2.
How careful do you want to be here from the 17-yard line? Mazzoli swings the ball out. It's Brandon Banks with not a lot of blocking, but he makes something happen, and he advances the ball to the 21-yard line, and the Ticats have a first down.
Boy, looked a bit dangerous at the start of this one as Banks just catches what's called a bubble screen. Nice block by Pappy White up front. Really the reason why Banks was able to sneak through to gain that first down. That's what the Cats needed. They got 1:08 on the clock. They definitely do not want to give the ball back to the Riders with any time remaining, and would like to score some points.
Banks goes out to the left-hand side of Mazzoli. 2 other receivers with him. Long count. Mazzoli off the pump fake, feeling the pressure, and he loses the football. He fumbled the football off the pump fake, and it is brought in by the Roughriders. The defensive end Leonard with possession of the football.
And wow, Bubba, you just finished saying you don't want to give the ball back, and I never thought the Cats would be in this situation to give the ball back on a play like that. Pressure in the backfield, to your point. Ball comes loose. Mazzoli doesn't have a chance to get it out of his arm. Leonard picks it up. Get the replay here to determine. Looks like it's coming from Woodard. Wow.
What a great move
Wow.
on Van Zyl.
He definitely did, and Mazzoli took the heat of that too. Did not see that coming, tried to get rid of it, went down hard. Van Zyl went down hard at the same time.
So the Roughriders are going to get the ball inside the Ticats' 10-yard line with just over a minute remaining. And are they looking at this to see if he had his arm in motion?
I think that's just a fumble. Bubba, it just was a clean hit on the ball, all arm, no contact from a helmet.
First and goal from the 8-yard line. 48 seconds remaining here in half number one. Fajardo straight drop back, throws to the end zone. He's got a man, touchdown.
That's very simple too.
Picton on the reception.
Picton went down low, picked it off the ground, no pun intended. But that was just your simple three-step slant. Picton also has got some size there, so a big target for Fajardo, 6'2", 200. Couple big receivers on the Riders. Certainly the Canadians coming to play, and Fajardo just takes a snap, looks back, looks off. Nice route, good separation, touchdown.
Roll was just trying to protect him for going deep, and again, that was a real nice hard cut to the inside. And you're right, the ball was thrown by Fajardo, he positioned it beautifully, down and low and away.
Yeah, that was tough for any defender, even if they're right on someone's hip, to get that one. Picton does a nice job going down to pick it off the ground as well.
Lowther with the extra point extends the lead for the Roughriders, and again, these turnovers, 2 of them coming back to haunt the Tiger Cats.
And happening right in their own end, near the end of a half. It's all that stuff. It's not, things will happen, bad things will happen. It's when they happen and where they happen and when you really have to restrict that. And we'll take a look here at Noah Picton. He just drives up the field, kind of gets inside, roll, body position, and again, the throw is beautiful low on the way. It may look like to the naked eye that thing's a bad throw. That's a perfect throw if you're a receiver, because you know you're going down to get it.
Well, an interesting situation, and what a turn of events here for the Tiger Cats. Looking like perhaps they were going to move the ball up the field, maybe an opportunity of getting into the Riders' territory, keeping this a one-score game, but it's now been extended, courtesy of the turnovers. Lowther with the kickoff with 40 seconds remaining, and Frankie Williams takes it at the 10, the 15, 20, left-hand side, up to the 30-yard line.
This is a spot on the field you have to be careful. You got to make sure you get out of this half. Of course, you want to put some points on the board, but you don't want to give the ball back to the Riders. Riders have timeouts to use if they choose to. You got 41 seconds on the clock. If they can use them, they will. More importantly, this Ticat offense needs to get back into the track of things. They're a bit sporadic. Game plan's a bit all over the place. Nothing seems to be clicking.
So with the Riders having timeouts in their hand, I think the Tiger Cats got it. They just can't run this out, but they're going to do a little draw play to Earlington up the middle. 40-45. Great gain on first down by Sean Thomas. Earlington with 36 seconds remaining, probably with a 16-yard gain on the play.
Oh, a big gain. Gets it close to midfield, still inside their end at about the 48, but when you think about moving the ball down the field and an opportunity to put some points on the board, it's important we got
a late flag.
A late flag coming in. It might be too many men. There was a player that ran off the field. Let's see if it's anything.
Well, if this is against the Riders, I mean, giving the Cats an opportunity to get some points on the board here late in the half, that would just mean a lot here for Coach Steinhauer and his offense.
Yeah, we got a meeting of the minds here. All the officials coming together. We haven't got a call or even a signal. We know that the flag's down. I'm not sure if it was down on purpose or picked up. I think, Bubba, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not excellent at math, but I know to count above 12. And they had, I think there was 14 people on the field. I've heard of 13 men.
Well,
I'm not sure I heard of 14 men. Wow.
Hamilton had too many men in the huddle. It's a 5-yard penalty. We're going back to the point of last
now, is this a situation, especially at the receiver position, where you have so many new bodies? Coach and Tommy Condell are calling for something. You think you heard that you're going to be on in this play, et cetera, et cetera?
And maybe you missed the count. Maybe you missed the hand up to know what formation you're in. And it's a communication breakdown, obviously. There's no excuse for it, but it does happen. And when it happens, you just hope it doesn't happen in, after a big momentum play like that. Now, I'm not saying they were going to march down the field and score with 36 seconds left, but they were in a better position now. The ball is back. Now they're at the 48. Now they're back at the 25.
First and 15. Inside handoff. Arlington breaks the tackle, spins and churns back to the inside of the field. That was on the left hash mark. Good gain on the play, though. Arlington running well this evening, I would say.
Yeah, when Arlington gets his touches and gets them
First and
early,
goal from the 8-yard
like
line.
most running backs, they tend to get better with the more times they touch the football. That huge penalty, it still remains 2nd and 9.
Clock tumbling down to about 20 seconds left. The Ticats will use up as much as they can. And they will throw. Swing pass outside Arlington 30, 35-yard line. And that's about it. So the Cats will have to punt with 12 seconds remaining.
And what happens here is the Riders going to let this clock wind down and just take this field this last punt and call it a. It looks like it as they rush out to the field. Cats trying to get some good downfield coverage like they've had the first half and just try and get out of this. But 12 seconds will give the Riders another offensive play. Now the clock will run down. It'll probably be the last play here.
Let's see if the Riders kind of try to come after a punter. Good protection, good special teams work by that front line to protect. Takes a ball.
Oh boy.
Ugly. That's just not what you want. The ball took a bounce and went out of bounds. So Joel Whitford trying to hang one up and take some time out. Kind of an ultimate disaster there. And you're right. It looks like the Riders are going to get one more play here.
Yeah, that ball, unless they decline, which I don't see why they would, because that was an illegal kick out of bounds. So that'll move the ball up. We haven't seen where it may be placed yet. The officials are speaking now. But that is a bad timing. Again, mistakes can happen, but when they happen in situations when they shouldn't have, they're trying to get everybody involved in this discussion. I've never seen where one of the players are in the actual officials huddle at the same time.
And really, for Joel Whitford, if he's kicking in the United States, that's okay.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah.
It just doesn't work here in the CFL. That kick out of bounds.
The whole reason of that flag is you want to keep the ball in play because of the excitement of punt and kick returns in this league, and if you take a chance to angle it out of bounds to keep it away from one of these dangerous returners that are all across the league, you run it's the high risk, high reward. And since we've been maybe away for a little while, the officials need a little more time to figure this one out.
Legal punt out of bounds, Saskatchewan. After the kick, holding Hamilton. We have one more play from the ball where the ball went out of bounds.
I think that was supposed to be holding on Saskatchewan.
Yeah, the other way around for both calls.
Yeah, so it's it looks like most likely just a kneel down here by Fajardo to get out. I don't see anyone taking a chance unless maybe at the most a handoff to Powell or somebody in the backfield. But with the Riders up 17-8, I think they feel pretty comfortable.
Saskatchewan is elected to decline the penalty and then the half.
It's over.
That's the half.
Wow, that was interesting.
Took a while, but we got there.
Took till we finally got there. Tiger Cats down 17-8 to the Rough Riders. We have reached the half. And we thank Louis B. and Andy Fantus, who knows all about playing in Regina. Special place for him in his career before going to the NFL and come back as a Tiger Cat. Tiger Cats down in this one, Mike Morreale, and it's a tough situation here because I think you look at all the statistics and first downs 11-11, net yards in favor of Saskatchewan 177 to 146, rushing attack 40 for Hamilton, 46 for Saskatchewan, passing 114 for Hamilton, 131, and then all of a sudden, whap, points off turnovers.
Yeah, and that's the one you can't take your eyes off of, because those are big momentum swings as well, right? The hardest part about playing the game is playing the game, but when you start giving the game away, then you're digging yourself a hole. So a lot of football left, a resilient Ticat team that has been there, done that, but they are used to kind of having a lead and also playing with a little bit more consistency. So we'll look to see Jeremiah get back into that pocket, get a little bit comfortable. He's got a couple new receivers. Is that something that's going on? He's got an offensive line with Chris Van Zyl back, but still trying to figure themselves to play together. It's been a long off season, and it's going to come down. Now both teams have the same issues. Ticats being on the road can be a disadvantage. I think it's an advantage. It's an advantage to gel as a football team. Win or lose, you get to learn together. You get to spend time together. You get to, especially in COVID days, you're really spending time. You're not out and about. So this is a chance in the second half to it'll take some time, but I don't think they can be afraid to get those big hits down the field. We're used to seeing them. Those big plays can demoralize the defense of another team. They can also get a crowd out of the game.
Well, and that really can't be a big, I think it hurts Hamilton in the sense that it's obvious that Brandon Banks, even though it's week 2, he's nowhere near 100% at this point.
No, he's not. In a shortened season, he's going to take some time, depending on the injury and depending on how many times he gets hit. And if he's catching passes, he's going to get hit. And you want him to catch passes because he's dangerous when he has those opportunities. So as we wind time down here at half and get ready for the start of the third quarter, the Cats are down 9. Certainly not a big number to overcome. And it's time, though, that they need to get back into a rhythm.
Currently, Brandon Banks, 3 receptions, 20 yards. Leading receiver, Jalen Ackland, 2 receptions for 41. Hey, as we had a little break here, and I know someone that you know very well, I'd like to pay a little respect to the likes of a recent passing of Ray Jones. Obviously, you know him even better than I do. I got to know him, obviously, as a guy that was in the booth, a longtime trainer of the Tiger Cats, and if there wasn't a funnier guy, I don't know if I've ever met him yet.
He was just somebody you can't forget. You meet him once, and Jonesy just coming up, and walking through the halls of the press box, he's going to be missed.
Longtime trainer of the Tiger Cats, Frankie Williams, returning the football off the opening second half kickoff. So let's see what the Tiger Cats do. If they can shove that first half away. As you said, a little inconsistent as it was. Masoli 13-19, 114 yards. Leading rusher Sean Thomas Erlington, 5 carries, 19 yards. I talked about Ackland leading the way with 2 receptions for 41, which were really good receptions and throws downfield.
Yeah, of those Ackland's yards and catches were some of the best throws, to your point, that Mazzoli made. They're down the field, on the money, thrown with speed.
First down and 10 from the Tiger Cats 24. Swing out pass to Sean Thomas Erlington, makes a move at the 25, and that's just about it, as the green defensive unit knew exactly what was going on. Short gain on the play.
Well, I'm hoping there's a setup behind some of these plays here, because their first down strategy seems to be very consistent as the Cats go right to the line of scrimmage.
Little tempo being shown by the Tiger Cats. 4 yards on the gain by Erlington. Masoli stands in there, throws, and he makes a reception to Thomas Erlington at the 29. Looks to be a little short of the first down.
Yeah, there's some back-to-back plays. Now in 3rd and 4. They're punting from inside their, looks like the 30-yard line for sure. Nice catch by Arlington, but back-to-back really short plays. This is a third in a long time, and not the start you want to be coming out of half when your offense takes the ball.
Well, easy little swing passes, but really didn't seem to be anyone in front to do a little blocking. So 2 and out for the Tiger Cats as they open this second half. Joel Whitford stands back at his own 15-yard line. Snap well done. Kind of a low line drive kick. That'll be taken at the 45-yard line. It's fumbled. The Tiger Cats have the football. It appears that the Tiger Cats have regained the football.
Oh, Bubba, what looked like just a very awkward punt actually worked to the advantage of the Cats as the ball was mishandled by the Riders, bounced in front of Murphy. He fumbles it, tries to pick it back up. Great downfield attack, that time by the Cats. Bobbles it, never gains possession of the play. Desmond Lawrence in there to break it up.
Tyrese Beverett coming up with the ball. So, a whole new situation here. 1st and 10 from the Saskatchewan 40-yard line. Masoli under pressure, and down he goes.
Oh, you know that this is like a textbook turnover. Take the snap, throw a long bomb. It's basically what happens 99% of the time. Exactly what Masoli wanted to do. Kind of looking at what I was saying, setting up that little screen pass. He jumps on the screen pass, wants to go over top. It's not there. It gets a sack.
Woodard with the sack there. You just don't like to see that. Only 3-man down linemen were coming after the Cats there. Somehow 3 beats 5. Loss of 5. 2nd down and 15. Masoli under serious pressure, and down he goes again.
Man, this crowd.
Leonard.
Yeah, you can hear this crowd getting into it. When they get into it now, it's tough. 3rd and 17, so the Cats actually lose 7 yards on that change of possession. Get nothing to show for it after the fumbled punt. And again, you're getting too many people in the backfield.
Interesting enough, it's the backup right defensive end, Woodard, that gets him the first time, and the starting right defensive end, Leonard, that gets him again. So let's see, in a long field goal attempt by Taylor Bertolette, his longest obviously of his Canadian Football League career. They're looking at 55 yards. They're going to mark this at 55 yards. Crowd turning up the temperature and the volume. Awaiting a snap. Good snap. Put down. Bertolette drills it. It's just going to be wide left. And it will be returned by Murphy at the 5. Oh, and he's tripped up. And that is as far as he's going to go. Flag on the play. So Bertolette gave it a go, and it just started to drift left. Folks, you're listening to Hamilton Tiger Cat football on Ticats.ca and 900 CHML.
Put your wallet away. The halftime snacks are on me.
Stop it.
No, seriously, I'm a season seat holder. I get a 15% discount at concessions and 10% off at the Ticat shop.
Well, now that you mention it, I've had my eye on a Brandon Banks jersey.
Tiger Cat season seat holders receive access to a full list of benefits, including preferred pricing on Grey Cup tickets, exclusive event invites, first access to playoff tickets, and more. Learn more about becoming a season ticket holder at ticats.ca/tickets. That's ticats.ca/tickets.
Amiki thinks every child should have the chance to experience summer camp, especially children who face financial and social barriers. Children who need a safe and empowering place to develop skills they can take with them into everyday life. Amiki partners with more than 40 overnight camps in Ontario and sends children back year after year. Help unlock a child's full potential. Donate today at amicicharity.org. That's AMICI charity.org.
The complete New Era Sideline Collection is available now, exclusively at the Ticats shop at Tim Hortons Field. Check out the latest selection of hats, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Or customize a jersey with your favorite player's name and number. Drop by the store at the corner of Balsam and Cannon from Tuesday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or visit online at shop.ticats.ca. That's shop.ticats.ca.
This is the Ticats Audio Network.
Well, Ticats place kicker Taylor Bertolek tried to get one going from 55 yards, just missing wide left. With that said, the downfield coverage for the Cats very good. Add in a penalty, and the Roughriders will be starting from just outside their own 3-yard line. Tough territory.
Yeah, tough territory. Ball's sitting there, and Cats on to pin their ear back and try and keep them deep in Rider territory.
Pajaro standing 2 yards into his own end zone. He's going to step back and try to throw, but now he's going to scramble, and he runs by Jagarrett Davis. He's up across the 20-yard line, and that is what makes him a little bit better than some of the other quarterbacks in this league as he gets up hobbling, is the mobility of Cody Pajaro.
And just sneaky mobility. So that's about a gain of 20, maybe 21 on the play, and it just stuff breaks down. Little ball fake to freeze it, Jagarrett Davis, and ends up getting a little limpy, but not going to stop him from playing.
From the 25-yard line, little swing pass to Kyron Moore. He's up to the about the 25, 30-yard line, and Cameron Kelly all over him for the short gain.
Looks like 5 yards on that play. Good rally by the Ticat defense as Fajardo seems to be okay after kind of rolling either that ankle or that knee.
You know, I'll say that after week 1, I was expecting to see a lot more injuries across the league. Considering you're looking at over 600 days that teams weren't playing football. 2nd down and 6, the ball upfielded down the middle of the field to Williams-Lander, and that might have been Fajaro's most inaccurate throw of the evening.
Yeah, it got away from him. I don't know if he rushed that. Ticat defensive line was getting close to him. He had an open man on that deep post, but the ball sailed away.
The field position battle could be won by the Tiger Cats here with a good return by Frankie Williams. John Ryan, the veteran punter, letting one go right-hand side. Coming up to field it at the 43 is Frankie Williams. I talked about that good return, and he's all the way up to midfield.
It's a great start here if you're the Cats.
Folks, we'll take a short pause. This is Hamilton Tiger Cats football across the Ticats Audio Network.
Luke Tasker and Andy Fantuz have joined forces in podcast form, creating the newest offering from the Ticats Audio Network. It's Task and Tuz. Here's a taste from this week.
If you were in opposition at Ivor Wynn, there was, I'm not joking, at least 3 or 4 inches of built up water in the shower. So it's sud and sweat and soap, and it just, there was no drainage there. It was nasty.
Task and Tuz, dropping weekly on Spotify and your favorite podcatcher.
The inhabitants of Earth are slowly getting back to normal. But what's this? The humans have accumulated so much that, my gosh, they've run out of space.
Make space with Access Storage. Affordable storage solutions at over 100 convenient locations in Ontario. Store belongings you love and need extra space for. Details at accessstorage.ca. Access Storage, proud partner of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
The only way to guarantee your spot at the 108th Grey Cup game in Hamilton is to be a 2021 Ticats season seat holder. Season ticket holders enjoy up to 15% savings on their Grey Cup seats, plus first access to 2021 Grey Cup Festival event tickets. Learn more at ticats.ca/Grey Cup.
You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Available live at ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app.
Well, Well, the Tiger Cats seem to have a little adversity here, as it appears to us that Chris Van Zyl was not in the lineup. I don't see him on the offensive line on his normal right tackle position. I have to see how they've rearranged that offensive line that was short of players as it starts with. First down and 10-5, Masoli. Masoli swings it out, and it's caught at the 52-yard line of the Roughriders. And that's Tim White.
And if you're wondering what's happened to Van Zyl on late in the second quarter, just before the half on the fumble, good move by Leonard, the defensive end, kind of got Van Zyl all tripped up, and now Jesse Gibbon, number 67, draft pick from a few years ago, is filling his spot.
Second down and 5 from the Saski 50. Masoli, quick throw, tipped, but it's still caught on the little slant-in pattern by Ackland, who was the most productive receiver in the first half. Chains move, first down at the Riders 40.
Yeah, that looked nice and kind of easy peasy. Take the snap, little in route. Ackland settles down just enough to create that window.
It just seems so strange to see it 8 beside the Tiger Cats' offensive output. It's just a matter of time before they explode. Here come the Rough Riders on a blitz, and down goes Mazzoli. Oh, he spun out of a tackle.
Oh, I think they called him in the grasp.
And I guess that's exactly the situation there. And when they were coming, they sent the house, and Woodard once again causing problems from his left defensive tackle end position.
And this is going to go down as a sack. They called him in the grasp early. Might have been a very quick whistle if you ask me, and Coach Steinauer feels exactly the same way. We've seen Mazzoli break those kind of arm tackles regularly, and now it's 2nd and 18.
And you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because I mean, Mazzoli's body type is he's not a slight quarterback. He's a tough guy. All the way back to the 48-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 18. Mazzoli got to upfield the ball under pressure, and the ball is intercepted. Is intercepted at the 32-yard line. Is it Purifoy? Actually, we're going to check that. Just coming off a turnover by the Hamilton Tiger Cats on the interception thrown by Jeremiah Masoli, the Tiger Cats' 3rd turnover of the evening. There was a flag on the play after the return, so the ball will go back to the 19-yard line of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Mazzoli kind of getting pressure out of the pocket, then running to his right, throwing back against his body, lets one sail on him. That's a tough move. Jeremiah knows that one, he wish he would have not thrown, and the flag comes down late, but it's against the Riders.
A.J. Hendy on the pick there. Straight drop back by Fajardo, throws, and he's got more at the 35, and now over the 45-yard line. First down for the Riders.
Well, see, that play right there is so reminiscent of what Brandon Banks can do for the Cats. Go down the field, run a deep in, a dig route, find the open space, and then you're off to the races. This time it's the other team doing it with Kyron Moore.
Little tempo action as they quickly go to the air. Little swing pass this time, and it is Lenius who brings the ball up field right side for a short gain. Probably 4 yards, brought down by Frankie Williams.
Both teams like to go to that short passing game, the swing passes out of the backfield or to the wide receiver, slot receiver as something other than a run play.
And I feel like the Riders are more of a possession-like offense, so I feel like it's normal for them, but maybe not so normal for the Tiger Cats. 2nd down throw. He's got a man over the middle. It's picked into Tiger Cats territory. And it's Lenius changed that. The other Canadian receiver, Simone Lawrence, on the tackle.
Well, Lenius is becoming a target. 2nd year out of New Mexico. 6'5", 230. We've called his name a few times. But again, just really deep coverage by that linebacker core, giving up lots of yardage.
Fajardo spreading the ball around, and this time, a little pump fake, and he's going to have to escape. Straight ahead he goes this time. And it just seems like you have him in the backfield, and he's able to escape. As you said, not the fleetest of feet, but he knows where to run.
Quick feet, good head on his shoulders, knows where to go. We've got a flag down on the field. I'm not sure if this came at the end of the play and it's getting tacked on.
Illegal contact, Hamilton, number 25. Planes decline, first down.
Jamal Roll getting called on the illegal contact, but first down gain.
And you see Eddie Wilson, he looks unhappy. I feel like he thinks he should have had him just at the line of there he is, right at in the backfield, and he should have had him. And it ends up being a respectable game there by Fajardo. Again, first down and 10, handoff to Powell inside, brought down by Julian Hauser.
Yeah, that's a nice play by Kelly coming up, filling, and then Hauser taking Powell down. We haven't been able to call a lot of these names tonight. The Riders not really going to the run game because the pass game, the short pass, even the intermediate pass has been working for them.
Gain of 6 on the play by the fine running back. Second down and 4 from the Hamilton 26-yard line. 5 wide receivers on the field. Here's the throw, and it's complete at the 10-yard line by Williams Lambert. So everyone's getting some touches here. Jordan Williams Lambert, West Rookie of the Year in 2019.
They're making this look a bit easy now, Bubba. That's just finding open spots. Fajardo takes a hit, but throws and delivers a strike. You get a clear out route, then you just have a crossing route, an angle route by Williams Lambert. And the new free safety, Katsantonis, has to come up.
First and goal from the 6-yard line. Fajardo rolling right, throws into the end zone. Oh, and it's batted away and almost was intercepted by Cam Kelly.
That was a bit of a poorly thrown ball by Fajardo, but it was because of the pressure that was in his face. This time comes off the edge. It's Hauser actually stumbles, but stumbles enough that Fajardo can't step into the throw, throws off his back foot. It's nearly picked off. Almost a beautiful diving catch by Kelly.
Howell coming out of the backfield, the intended target. Boy, a stop here by the Tiger Cats would mean a lot. Long count. 3:49 left in the half, and he drills it into the end zone. Kyron Moore's wide open. Touchdown, Roughriders.
Yeah, we got some after altercations here at the bottom. With the Riders, Frankie Williams. What is Frankie Williams doing in there? He must have been lined up.
Oh, I know it's 5 against 1 right now, but now the Tiger Cats have come to help out their teammate.
The problem is this isn't going to end well for anybody. There's going to be flags everywhere. At the end of the day, that's a touchdown. And if you take a look and think about it, this is after the fact, so these flags will get straightened out. 21 points off turnovers, Bubba. You can't do that. You can't win football games when you're giving up 21 points on turnovers.
Well, as Louis B brought up in our halftime show, we're now looking at 7 quarters of football. 3 turnovers last week, 3 more today, and you haven't taken the ball away.
And if you'd listen, the crowd's in the game. You need to take them away too, and you're not doing a very good job. This right here is just poor defensive effort. I mean, the receiver's running a 5-yard stop route. He's 2 yards in the end zone, and Evans is still on his heels back 8 or 9 yards. That's just unacceptable. That's just pitch and catch.
23-8, and again, a long discussion about the little conversations that were going on between the two teams after the touchdown reception.
Unless there's a disqualification, and it was hard to see. It was more of guys going back and forth jawing. But as people come together, it's hard to decipher who started, who didn't. It wouldn't surprise me if both people get penalties on both sides. But again, we got the scrum. Remember, the officials been off for a while too, and
It all ends up in a wash at the end, doesn't
of the
it?
day, you would think. I didn't see anything blatant to have one side over another. But missed in this whole controversy is the fact that the Cats are now down 23-8.
3:46 left in the third quarter. So much to talk about. And folks, if you've got a question for Andy Fantuz, you have got a chance to ask Andy anything. Using Twitter or Instagram, shoot us a message and include the hashtag AAA. Andy will answer your question tonight on the Tiger Cats postgame, streaming live and only at ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app. And I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about and lots of questions for Andy.
Oh, absolutely. And again, that just easy pitch and catch. It doesn't get much easier than that if you're a receiver and quarterback. Take the snap, 5-yard stop route, turn around, ball's in your hand. You're not touched till the arms of the officials go in the air.
All right, here I go. I have to say it. I have to ask the question because I know I'm probably.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
You think that you know? Okay, well maybe you do, maybe you don't. But is there a thought in head coach Orlando Steinhauer's mind at a quarterback change?
I got to be honest. I thought he may have given Dane a go to start the third quarter. I really did that. I thought there might, and not as a slight against Jeremiah, but as a total changeup. You got the ball back, you get possession. You know, the defense has been used to Jeremiah coming up, and then boom, and then that hasn't happened. And you know, Jeremiah is not the root of them being down 23-8, but there is a lack of there's something missing on offense. You know, it always rests in the hands of the quarterback, bad, good, or otherwise.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure we'll see it now for the same reasons we may have seen it, you know, earlier. I think now maybe I think we need to change rather than let's try something different.
Right. Just a lack of, I think, momentum as you talk about in terms of we had one drive there which I thought the touchdown drive was well orchestrated and executed. But the execution has been spotty. And again, this is not to point the finger at number 8, but definitely there seems to be something going on.
Yeah, we're trying to get a look at what's happened, and it appears that there's been something going on, and Frankie Williams and that going in.
Oh, contact with the official by Santos Knox.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Not intentional.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It doesn't matter. You just, if you contact an official, you contact an official. I mean, doesn't get not a lot of gray area in those situations.
Definitely will be a problem. Miles Milano, the Western product in the middle, can play on that interior for the linebacking position.
When things take this long, Bubba, I think Santos Knox is getting removed from this game. And again, not intentional. What he did wrong was run over to an altercation and run into the official.
And I think he's desperately making his plea to probably say that I had no intent.
Right. It's just, I don't think this is something he'll get fined for. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that an official has been touched on the field of play, and that's it.
You know, and again, to the situation, Frankie Williams, it was a 4-on-1 situation, maybe even a 5-on-1 situation. Yep. You see Cameron Kelly, everyone was just trying to go protect their teammate as Frankie Williams was kind of being ganged up on a little bit.
I think we'll get a chance to hear this one out.
Well, there's a lot of conversation.
Oh, we got. Looks like we got an ejection on the other side too. Jake Hardy getting walked off the field
after the play, with major fouls on both teams. We have unnecessary roughness and rough play against 83 Saskatchewan. 83 is ejected. We have unnecessary roughness against Hamilton number 11. Unnecessary roughness against Hamilton number 1. And rough play disqualification, physical abuse and official against Hamilton 45. The difference is 15 yards, which will be applied on the kickoff.
So Frankie Williams gets dung, Cam Kelly gets dung, and Santos Knox is going to the showers. Amazing, considering it was the Saskatchewan players that initiated and were causing the problems with one Tiger Cat.
And this always happens. It's always the next guy in. And Santos Knox again gets caught running over into an altercation, bumps the official, he's gone. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense, but they have to draw the line. You know, Jake Hardy, we didn't see what happened there, but obviously he did something enough. It wasn't contact official that he's gone. And then those kind of offsetting penalties, and then an additional penalty of the 15-yard variety, which will be applied on the kickoff. And let's not forget, they just scored. So now they're kicking the extra point amidst all this.
Is that what I forgot? It seems so long. And you're right. Red Lowther in to try and increase the lead. The 24-8. So the Tiger Cats are definitely in a hole on the road here in Regina. Lowther does his job. Tiger Cats in a hole late in the third quarter here, and Mike, I think we have to be honest here. You're hurting down the middle now on your defense and your offense. You got injuries to the offensive line. Santos Knox has been ejected. Mike Daly was injured.
Van Ziel's out. Banks is still nursing something that's not going to go away anytime soon, and you've lost the momentum in a big way.
Yet, in the Canadian Football League, when you're down 24-8, it's an eternity. Frankie Williams to the 15 and just gets up to the 18-yard line. So not great field position for the Tiger Cats, but they're going to have to make something happen here. Or at the very least, string together some first downs.
We saw Orlando Steinauer going up and down the sideline, first trying to find a ref to figure out what the heck is going on, and then going to his offensive line, his offense, and saying, "Come on, guys, let's get this together. We gotta work. We gotta get going." And it's going to take a bit here, lined up on their own 19.
Three receivers bunch formation left side, two to the right. Inside handoff, Erlington, nothing. Slow developing play, I would have to say. Brought down by Johnson, the defensive tackle.
Still a lot of time, but the time is ticking. We're approaching the end of the third quarter. Cats are still searching for some sort of consistency on offense, that they can move the football. They've had maybe one decent drive the whole game, and now they face 2nd and 9.
From the 20, crowd now making noise again. Straight drop back, Masoli throws hard over the middle, in and out of the hands, and it's intercepted. In and out of the hands of Brandon Banks, and somehow picked off an amazing play by Bias Brown. How did he catch that?
I was going to ask you the same thing. Well, because I was watching the pass almost get deflected by one rider, go through or near the hands of Brandon Banks, and all of a sudden, as I'm watching Banks go to the ground, it ends up in the hands of Brown. Mazzoli's got time. Ball's, that's a pass that Brandon Banks had his hands on. Oh, you know what happened? He came out of that break, and he didn't come out of the break. He almost came out of the break, and he touched the ground because he lost a step somehow. And then he couldn't get his hands up in the air quick enough. And what a tremendous pick by Brown.
Ball spotted at the 46 of the Riders. Fajardo, quick dump off left-hand side. Powell leapfrogs over Roll for an extra yard or two. And the crowd love it.
Yeah, kind of saw that one coming as it was developing. Roll dipped his head a little bit early. There it is. Powell out of the backfield. You got enough time. Dip your head. See you later. Good wrap up coming over by the Cats to limit that, but they only limited it to gain about 8.
2nd down and 2. These are one of these fun down and distance situations for offenses. And Fajardo's going to pass, and he's going deep into the end zone, and it's broken up. Kyron Moore was there, but a little extra help by Ciante Evans, who's now down on the turf, prevented that from being a touchdown, and Evans is hurt.
He's hurt. There's a big collision there at the end of the play. Moore was the intended receiver. He goes down the field, little out cut back to the post, and you know what? Tremendous play, but Evans comes over late to break it up, but as he breaks it up, he takes a shot. Looks like he's okay. That was a nice job by Evans coming over, because the out move back to the post was open if there was no help in the middle.
Interesting play call there from offensive coordinator Jason Moss. They went for the home run ball on 2nd and 2. Lowther will come in for a field goal attempt. About 44 yards, drills it down the middle. Tack on 3 more points, and here we see what I think I see.
I think this is what we anticipated. Now, they're both playing catch with each other, but one's got the helmet on and one doesn't, Bubba, and that's a good sign to indicate to me that Dane Evans is going to be coming into this football game sooner than later.
And you're wondering in these situations if, and I think I'm not saying that this is exactly what's happening, but sometimes when you play musical quarterbacks, sometimes people start to tick sides.
It's tough. If it's handled properly by the coaching staff and the communication is clear with the quarterbacks, you can do this. And from what we know about this organization, they're very clear. They communicate very well, and there's an understanding that, hey, any one of them can go at any given time. So with that, it's always been handled properly. What I was trying to figure out is, I thought the changeup was coming at the 3rd quarter. Now it's coming because they need it to come, right? And let's see if it makes a difference.
Late 3rd quarter, and here's Frankie Williams at his own 11-yard line, 30-yard line, up to the 35, 40, and he might have stepped out of bounds at the 40-yard line. We'll get the official spot there, but great field position for Dane Evans. Now at quarterback. 9-2 last year, completing 72% of his passes for 3,754 yards. Nice touchdown to interception ratio of 21-13. But here's what impresses me. He had 7 300-yard passing games.
Yeah, that's big, and that's in 11 games. So 7 of the 11, he's going for over 3 bills. That's a heck of a stat.
Dane Evans in his 3rd year out of Tulsa. Now under center. Straight drop back. Now he's going to run. Actually, he just dumps the ball off, and it was White, Pappy White, with the reception there, and then he was drilled on a very short gain.
We got a flag down as well. Let's see. Looks like it's going to go against the Riders, which it is.
Offside. Saskatchewan number 92. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Another thing to remember, too, I mean, by all account, and for the people that are here at practice every single day, this quarterback competition, very friendly, but really close.
Oh, very close.
Very, very close.
Yeah, there's no drop-off, put it that way. It's a change-up more than anything.
First down and 10. Little flip play to Brandon Banks, and Brandon Banks up to the 50 and then knocked out of bounds. His best play of the evening.
So this is the drive. You got to change a quarterback. You got to change the styles a little bit. You got to change a cadence. You got to change of everything, and then you throw in a couple new wrinkles to add to it that they haven't seen before. So Tommy Condell looking at the playbook and saying, okay, what haven't we done here? There's lots of room to get stuff and make stuff happen as the clock winds down. They're approaching the midfield stripe, and this looks like the last play of this quarter.
Ball at the 52-yard line of the Tiger Cats. Dane Evans looking deep. He throws deep. and it's well overthrown. 2 men in coverage, looking downtown to what appeared to be Ungerer. Fourth quarter action just underway. Dane Evans now at quarterback for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and an upfield throw left-hand side down the sidelines is incomplete as he was looking for a leaping effort there by Tim White. Good coverage, though. Flags on the play.
Yeah, looks like offside against the Riders, which again is going to save the Cats just before the break. Stats were up looking at.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Saskatchewan number 74.
Wow.
Up 15 yards, automatic, first down.
That's a big one. They were 12 penalties, 133 yards. Saskatchewan was going into that drive. That tacks on another 15. You're looking at close to 150 yards in penalties, and that's, again, not dangerous, but you can't do it. Shot to the head.
Tiger Cats down by 19 points. The CFL, though, a lot of time. Dane Evans rolling to the wide side of the field, throws, and he just kind of threw it in behind his intended receiver. And that was Pappy White once again.
I'm starting to get the feeling now that things are breaking down downfield, Bubba. As the quarterbacks, both Mazzoli and now Evans, are getting out of the pocket, they're just not getting the look downfield that they need. And not sure exactly why that's happening, if it's good coverage or the receivers aren't recognizing the routes. As Fajardo, I think
he almost got nailed.
He almost been talking, with a high-pitched voice after that throw to the sidelines.
Second down to 10 from the Roughriders' 43-yard line. Evans with the quick throw, lights right side. He threw the ball over the head of Ackland, who was open. And let's see if the Tiger Cats have gone for a 55-yard field goal this evening. Let's see if they try and put some points on the board here.
Looks like this will be a little bit closer, sitting around the 50-yard line.
Well, Taylor Bertolet, that 55-yard attempt, just sailed wide or left. Certainly has the leg for this. Kicking from the left hash mark. It's a low kick that'll end up wide right this time, and it will be returned by Murphy at the 10, 15, and then kind of chipped out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Well, that was, let's say, ugly.
Well, I'm just wondering if the ball might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
See if we can't get a better look at it. That came off like a line drive. Another flag on the field. Must be after the play. Looks like they're getting the...
After the play, unnecessary roughness. Hamilton number 28. 15 yards, first down.
Yeah, Coach Steinauer is not going to take too kindly to this after the play stuff. Beverett on the call that play and just gets the field position back that the Riders didn't need.
No. And there's another thing. Teddy Laurent's out of this ball game. 3 down lineman here, it appears here for the Tiger Cats. I'll change that. That's 4. My bad. And William Powell is now going to run and try and tire out that Tiger Cats defense at this point. Again, folks, a reminder, really hot, high humidity in Regina all day long.
Yeah, and this is the time when William Powell shines. This is where he gets the extra touches, wears down the clock, and breaks one here and there.
Second down and 2. Keeping it simple. Effective, though. Powell over center. Move the chains. Up to the Saskatchewan 48-yard line.
And they go right to the line of scrimmage.
And off again, Powell. Over the center. And every time you're picking up 5 and 6 yards a carry, that's a positive for the Roughriders. And a big downer for the Tiger Cats defense that are beginning to show signs of exhaustion.
You can see it. That push by the offensive line of the Riders is getting deep into that linebacker core and making open lanes, and Powell once again up the gut.
From the 54 of the Tiger Cats, and he'll cross the 50-yard line.
Ted Laurent on the sidelines. I'm not sure we saw much, if any, of Ted tonight. Certainly haven't called his name.
Defensive coordinator Washington trying to scheme up something to slow down this Roughriders offense and get the ball back, which they desperately need. 1st and 10 from the Hamilton 50. Again, another running play. William Powell bounces off one. Look at the legs continuing to drive. And that's another first down for the Roughriders.
If you're a Ticat fan, you're going to have some nightmares based on William Powell, what he's done to the Ticats defense in his career. A lot of it with Ottawa, but now he's doing the same with the green and white.
Broke at least 3 tackles on that 12-yard run. And Powell, it's a heavy dose of him this time. Little fake to Powell, and Fajardo was brought down. Davis and Carey in on the tackle.
That time was good.
Carney, sorry.
Yeah, that time it was a nice job by the Ticat defense not to bite on the fake handoff inside and keep the edge. So Fajardo had nowhere to go.
He's had a shot there of Simone Lawrence, who may be in excellent shape as anyone on that defense, and he's huffing and puffing pretty good right now. 2nd down and 12, short throw, little slant in pattern, short of a first down. And on 3rd and 4, they'll be sending out their field goal crew.
Yeah, so the Riders got what they wanted. They took time off the clock. This is going to be about a 4-minute drive by the time it's said and done. And with the opportunity to put points on the board, already leading with a healthy lead. This is a tired defense, a defense that's missing some key personnel, and it's starting to show.
Lowther already 2 for 2 this evening, trying to hit from 41. Job done. Saskatchewan 30, Hamilton 8. 10:07 left in the 4th quarter. Saskatchewan 30, Hamilton 8. And the crowd that is still at Mosaic Stadium showing lots of appreciation for their Roughriders and making noise to disrupt Dane Evans, who's in at quarterback now. Throws the ball to Brandon Banks on the little short pattern, and he's not able to get by Hendy. He's brought down eventually by Purifoy.
You're starting to see a bit of the frustration come out, you know, the gesturing, the hand things, when things don't go right. That's, you know, it's easy to be happy when things are going right. When things are going wrong, you just gotta fight through it. And a lot of football left in this game, but more importantly, a lot of football left in the season.
Number 35 in the Ticats, 2nd down and 10 for Dane Evans. Takes his snap, straight drop back, eludes an ongoing sacker, throws the ball downfield. He was looking for Pappy White down at the 35-yard line of the Roughriders. Had to kind of turn around for the football, and just they failed to make the connection.
I think Dane Evans was trying to throw him back shoulder, and what happened is Pappy White didn't recognize it, got all caught up in the defender, but that back shoulder throw, you know, to it. When you work with a receiver and a quarterback, that just becomes second nature. In this case, you know, you get your backup, in quotations, quarterback in with a new receiver. Just the timing was off.
Ticats forced to punt here. Nice job by Bertolet, and Murphy has the ball at the 6-yard line. Nice cut back by Bennett, who kind of corners him off, and great downfield tackling there by the Tiger Cats. Another flag. What's this all about?
That happened early on, right at before the kick.
Short break, folks. You're listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football across the Ticats audio network.
Number 26.
Hear from Coach O after the final whistle, exclusively on Tiger Cats postgame, hosted by Andy Fantuz and Louis B. Live on Ticats.ca and the Ticats All Access app. Luke Tasker and Andy Fantuz have joined forces in podcast form, creating the newest offering from the Ticats audio network. It's Task and Twos. Here's a taste from this week.
If you were in opposition at Iver Win, there was, I'm not joking, at least 3 or 4 inches of built up water in the shower. So it's sud and sweat and soap, and there was no drainage there. It was nasty.
Task and Twos, dropping weekly on Spotify and your favorite podcatcher.
There are a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave Chicken Wings. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.
Forge FC returns to the pitch at Tim Hortons Field Sunday, August 22nd. Kickoff is 4 p.m. against Halifax Wanderers FC. $5 beers available before kickoff. Plus, try the new meat pies, a traditional soccer favorite. Tickets start at just $23. Forge FC, August 22nd, Tim Hortons Field. Visit forgefootball.club for tickets.
You're listening to the Ticats audio network. Available live at Ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app.
Hey, folks, be sure to tune in to Tiger Cats postgame tonight immediately after the final whistle. Louis B. and Andy Fantuz, I see them working hard to take you through everything that happened in tonight's bowl game, and we'll have exclusive interviews with Coach O. Might be a little steamed. And one of the Tiger Cat players. You can find us only on Ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app. First down from the 4 for the Roughriders. Little inside handoff to Powell. Might have gotten to the 5-yard line for a very short gain.
Yeah, we talk about opportunities. Here's another one right here, backed up really deep, 2nd and 9. The ball is on the Rough Rider 5-yard line. So a chance for the defense to step up as we had Kermit the Frog in the stands, and he's green.
Like it's a zillion degrees in Regina right now. That guy's got a blazer on. Fajardo shows that he's going to pass, and now he's going to run. Crosses over the 10-yard line up to the 15-yard line. Real close to a first down. They'll mark it. They do give it to him. First down, Rough Riders. Little backpedal like he was going to pass, and then upfield he went.
Yeah, that was a planned run the whole time, and Fajardo takes some shots too. He's not afraid to get some contact, but he's just got that knack for just find the spot, moving the chains.
4,300 yards passing last year, 611 on the ground. Quite a compliment. First and 10 from the Saski 15-yard line. Little handoff inside Powell. Across the 20-yard line. And again, they are really effectively picking up 5 and 6 yards a carry here.
Yeah, they are. And guys like Simone Lawrence aren't getting an opportunity to touch him until they're 5 or 6 yards down the field. And thankfully, Simone's got probably one of the best tacklers in the league. He's stopping them at first point of contact, but he's just too late.
Second down and 4 from the 21-yard line. Using up every bit of that clock. And again, Fajardo is going to a little show on the inside to Powell, and he tried to take the ball forward. Nice tackle. Beverett, first man there.
So the defense holds as we see Fajardo kind of limp. He's running, but he's running with a little limp off the field. We got a punt for John Ryan here lined up around his 15, or pardon me, his 5 or 6 yard line. So they will or should get the ball in great field position. Frankie Williams now's the time to rip off a return.
And he's had a couple of decent returns this evening. He hasn't had a lot of help from the offense when they take advantage. Working on that clock is the punter Ryan. Lets one fly, and all the way back to the 33 is Frankie Williams. 40, 45, 50. Fumbles the football, but was he down?
Either way, it's recovered by the Cats. Oh yeah, you never want to see that ball bouncing around on the field. And great kick by John Ryan.
Hamilton Tiger Cats down by 22 points, 6:13 left in the fourth quarter. And Mike, not trying to throw a Hail Mary up here. I think you just want to get a little continuity going on here.
You need something to take you into the bye week that's good. Because going into the bye week on a loss, especially one where you haven't been able to put anything together, will eat at you. And it won't be fun. So yeah, definitely with 5 minutes left, Dane now in the game. Jeremiah's night's done. He's not going to be able a chance to kind of redeem himself or put anything together. Dane can, and he has a chance now just creeping into Roughrider side of the field.
Just a shade under 5 minutes left, and again, a lot of the fans are still here at Mosaic, making things difficult on the Ticats offense. Evans throws up, fields the ball to Ackland, and he overthrew him by about a step down that right sideline.
More people going after it here, offensive line, defensive line getting in the mix.
And with all due respect to the defending Grey Cup champions, which, I can't believe I'm saying this, but, there's a lot of people that believe that Saskatchewan and Hamilton will meet in the Grey Cup.
Yeah, it's still very early in the year, as we know. Certainly, at this point in time, Saskatchewan has a leg up in this game, and kind of momentum-wise, they're looking to get their second win and well on their way. I'm not going to start lying to you now and think that this one could be won. It's in the hands of the Riders. It's theirs to lose.
From the Roughriders 53, Cats going forward on 3rd down and 6. Crowd on their feet. Dane Evans looking over that defense. Looks like a blitz coming. They back off. Evans maybe changing the play. Here comes the pressure. Evans rolling right, looking deep, throws, and he misses intended target, which was Brandon Banks, who is looking for a flag.
There's 2 flags in the play. One's going to be offside on Saskatchewan. One is probably holding on Hamilton. We'll have to see how that goes. The officials are busy tonight.
Very busy. Waiting for the call here. Or calls.
Holding. Hamilton number 60. Pass interference. Saskatchewan number 3. This penalty is offset. 3rd down.
That's strange because there was a flag at the line of scrimmage. So, wow, I may have picked that one up. I didn't see the pass interference, but regardless, it was a kind of a wash.
3rd and 6. Once again, we'll do it all over again. From the Roughriders 53. 4:20 left in this fourth quarter. Cats down by 22 points. Dane Evans drops the snap, and he's in trouble. And down he goes. And he's driven into the turf. The defensive end, Adams, really gave the business. Keon Adams wanted to make a point.
Well, this has been a game that the Cats have given to the Riders. The Riders have earned their points, but they've earned their points after turnovers. 5 turnovers, Bubba. Prior to this, 4, they gave up 24 points. We're going to 5 now. We don't know what's going to happen, but they are in good field position once again to add to their lead.
And now Dane Evans is just trying to figure out what went wrong, because that was a good snap by Sirocco. Just probably a little worried about the defense that was coming at him. Pulled out a little early when he should have held on to that snap. 3:50 left in the fourth quarter. From midfield. Inside handoff, Powell. Gain of 4. Brought down by Simone Lawrence, who's been very busy.
Simone has been busy more than he would like to be. This defense has been on the field quite a bit. It's a hot day. It's a humid day. It's late at night, Eastern time, and the guys are tired. And they need some help from their offense. They haven't gotten it, and it's going to be a ride home. That's for sure.
Yeah, the plane flight, I'm not sure if the Tiger Cats have the charter coming back late tonight, but I'm sure it will be rather quiet.
Yeah, it's going to be a quiet one. There's not much chatter, nothing good going on, and time to regroup. So with the bye coming up, we got an injured rider on the field right now. With the bye coming up, Bubba, there's time to regroup. So there are a lot of positives to the bye. You get your body right. You get some players back. They got some receivers nicked up. They've got some offensive line nicked up. They got, they're not at full strength. Put it that way. So will it be a different team we see a couple weeks from now?
That's a great question, because obviously the quarterback issue will be discussed, and that will be topsy-turvy all over the country, I'm sure. The thing about these games, they're seen nationally, so everyone's going to have an opinion.
I would say in terms of quarterback controversy, I'm not sure there is one. I don't think either one has stood out to be the chosen one quite yet. I would suggest that Jeremiah is going to be back behind center.
Fajardo, high snap, pulls it in, throws down to the 5-yard line, and going up and trying to get it there was Noah Picton. Broken up by Frankie Williams.
I got to give credit to Frankie Williams, because he held his ground. The ball was up. Picton's taller than him, but Frankie held on. Kept hand fighting the whole way. Knocks that ball down to save what would have been a great catch and a bunch of big field position. Now John Ryan back into the game.
You're right. He did an outstanding job there, considering the size disadvantage for Frankie. So Ryan stands back at his own 46, awaiting his snap. 2:47, time tumbling down, using up all of it. And he delivers a high hanging kick that's taken at the 1 by Frankie. At the 10, 15. That's about it. Up to about perhaps the 17-yard line. Grinding down to a conclusion in Regina. Roughriders with a real healthy lead, and lots to talk about on tonight's Tiger Cats post-game show. Only on Ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app. Dane Evans with 2:30 remaining left in the fourth quarter, trying to get something going. A little quick throw outside. Oh, what a move there by Tim White. Showing his escapability.
Well, you kind of got a little taste there, didn't we, of Tim White in space.
Wow.
Because he put his feet up and down pretty quick, and he give him a little crease, he's got a chance.
Ball all the way up to the 44-yard line of the Tiger Cats. Just, you got to believe for some confidence. You'd like to see the Ticats get this ball into the end zone. Dane Evans, quick throw right-hand side. Nobody home but Nick Marshall. And there are flags on the play. Perhaps Marshall took someone out.
Well, I think Jalen Ackland wasn't even near the ball. He was 5 yards back off the sideline. My gut tells me.
Pass interference.
Yep.
Saskatchewan, number 3. It's a 10-yard penalty and a first down.
I think Nick Marshall got a little handsy, and
I love like obvious fouls. Like, look, he's got his hands up. What did I do?
He says, you can't help it if he's too little.
First down and 10 here from the Hamilton 54. Clock down to 2:13. Dane Evans awaiting that pistol snap. 3 receivers left-hand side. He looks left, throws a short ball left to Erlington. Ball had a little back-end wobble on it, and Arlington had to wait for it.
That's a tough catch for Arlington. He's running full speed to the flat. He's got to turn back around, try and catch it low and away, and certainly not on him. Ball was underthrown a bit, one that Evans, I think, would like to wish he put in a better place.
Lots to hear from Coach O in the Tiger Cats post-game show that you will hear only exclusively on Ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app. Simone Lawrence always willing to join us as well, too, even in defeat. Evans in the pocket, looking to escape. Oh, my goodness, he's taken down hard. Takes a hard shot as he tried to run upfield and got blindsided right at the knees.
Yeah, this does not look like the Ticat team that we last saw in 2019. There's something going on here, and they're going to get it right, but it's going to take a little bit longer. I think they anticipated as what was hopeful that they would come down and put some points on the board, just a little bit of something. Now they still got a chance. Evans is still in the game here. It's 3rd and 15. They're staying in. They're going for it. And I think that for that very reason, you need some positive momentum, whether or not you win this game.
4 receivers left-hand side. Evans looks that way, throws that way, and he's well over the head of Tim White. Timing just not there.
Just not there, and tough windows to throw into when the defense knows that all they got to do is hang back and just wait on a perfect throw. Fajardo still in this game, 1:41 to go. I mean, it's out of reach at this particular point, but he is most likely going to be handing off this football and just trying to get out of Dodge.
Well, and I guess he just wants to finish up the football game. I mean, it may be an opportunity to see the likes of Paxton Lynch, former Denver Bronco quarterback who's made the team. Here's a run straight ahead by Powell, again picking up that 5 yards. Simone Lawrence in on the tackle.
Oh, it's good to see Simone just being Simone, just doing Simone things. He does not take plays off. That is for sure.
And a reminder, we will hear from Simone Lawrence in our post-game show exclusively on Ticats.ca and on the Ticats All Access app. Coach O also going to detail his feelings as towards what's been a tough go of it this evening. 2 very, very difficult games to start the 2021 season. William Powell angling off the left-hand side. Again, they're just going to grind out this clock that's now down to 1:12.
And at the same time, they're moving the chains, Bubba. That's the, I think they're, if you're the Riders, you know you've got this one in hand. You're just trying to burn some time, but you're happy to be moving the football at the same time. You're like, well, might as well go down and score then.
Still a good crowd on hand at Mosaic Field and Stadium, and I'm sure those fans would probably like to see another visit to the end zone.
Yeah, they don't leave too early too often.
Just under a minute remaining, 55 seconds remaining, and Fajardo using all up with that clock, just trying to grind out this game. William Powell, short gain, probably to about the Hamilton 35-yard line, gain of 2, not much there. You know, you talk about getting some bodies back and injuries. It's a real thing for the Tiger Cats. It's on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and that's what makes it most difficult. And then when you have those injuries, what most people don't understand is when you have injuries on offense, especially on defense, it starts to deplete your special teams. And then you have, a lot of guys that are maybe not full-time special teamers that have to fill in, and it just wears you down.
2nd down, 8. Powell to the 30-yard line of the Tiger Cats. Again, Simone Lawrence in on the tackle.
Yeah, we'll wait to get his stat line. It'll be a big one. Unfortunately, it's going to be one that is in a losing cause, but he's had to come up and make a bunch of tackles on William Powell, whose average run has got to be pushing 5 5 or 6 yards at this point.
I think we got Simone up at about 10 tackles so far. So Cody Fajardo will put a knee to this one. Tiger Cats gave it a good go, but at the end of the day, it's the Saskatchewan Roughriders who improved to 2-0 as they take care of the Hamilton Tiger Cats 30-8.